O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show. This
So here's the putting green. See? There you go. Got two flags. One was over there where Cutter's Edge Pro. It's not coming out now. Come on. Come on, wind. Give me a little wind. No, unfortunately. But there you go. And this one says Big O here. There you go. So there's my putting green. It's about, I would say about 25 feet, something like that. I get to practice, have a little fun. See, and then of course we got, the bunkers. Got to have the bunkers, man. Got all kinds of bunkers there. You know what I'm saying? So that's a taste of our backyard. There's Maiden right there, Maiden. Bono, how you doing, Bono? Bono. He's a Carolina dog, by the way. These dogs are amazing. Their temperaments are awesome. But there is the Sylvester Palm, which is just beautiful. All right, call my guys, Will and Mike at Cutter's Edge Pro. They will take care of you. Dogs are not included, okay? Can't include the dogs. Those are mine. But the exceptional work, oh, baby. Oh, baby, yes. Make your home an oasis. CuttersEdgePro.com. Go to their Instagram page, by the way, so you can see a lot of the before and after work that they do. And it is exceptional, baby. This thing's been on here for about 9 months. No grass growing through it or anything like that. Right, Bono? Huh? Bono!
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Sloman's, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Hey, good afternoon, boys and girls. Welcome aboard to the show. Yes, the one mastered by the one and only Sean Stanley. Yes. We are here at Hialeah Park, second floor poker room, having some fun out here. Come on out, enjoy the poker. They got all the TVs everywhere, so you can keep up with any sporting events going on, any breaking news, horse racing going on around the country. You got some windows there. You want to lay a couple of bets while you're playing some poker, or you can sit here and watch the show. We'll take some questions from you, all that kind of stuff. I told you, I want to make this a thing here on Thursdays, man. You guys make it a thing that I can respond with some prizes, but I need a crowd here. So if you guys have your Thursday afternoons, come on out here to Hialeah Park, man, and join us. So we'll have some fun here. Marcel Louis Jacques will stop by at 3:30. David Feronis will stop by at 4:30. So we got that going on. We've got a bunch of other stuff to talk about today. Man, how about the Marlins? I mean, I've been waiting to count them out and down, and somehow they went to 14 games over 500, then went just under 500, and now they've won 6 in a row, and they're 5 games over 500 at this point. It really is amazing, and how they beat the Dodgers again yesterday. They pounded the crap out of the Dodgers. That's impressive, dude. I mean, impressive. So why don't we give them a little victory cigar? Give the Marlins what they deserve, what most of us weren't counting on. Another victory. Nick enjoying that smoke. By the way, wait till you see the 30th anniversary. Nick Jr. gave me a 30th anniversary a couple weeks ago, and I smoked about a week ago actually, and had a nice full meal because it was a Maduro. It's a strong smoke. It's got a lot of flavor, rich too. It's rich. Really, really good smoke. So when the 30th anniversary comes out, because the 10 and the 20 anniversaries are just amazing smokes. So they had to really knock it out of the park. You got to try that 30th anniversary, man. That thing is absolutely beautiful. So Marlins get themselves a victory cigar thanks to our friends at Perdomo Cigars. And remember, off of 57th Avenue in the Palmetto, you should go check out the Perdomo Lounge there. Got a big old couch, got a giant humidor. So check it out, man. All the Perdomo cigars there, too. So we got that going on. Marlins will continue their series against the Dodgers at 6:40. I'll watch a little bit of it, but, I'll have it on the side TV because, unfortunately, I am going to watch football, dude. I love the Marlins and all that good stuff. Even though I don't really count on them being in the playoffs, but they are continuing to amaze. But I still watch them. That never stops me from watching them because I do. I want them to win, even though I may think they're not good enough. But there they are, man. They're half a game in front of Philadelphia and Arizona right now for the third playoff spot. We'll see. Plenty of games left, so we'll see what happens. So tonight, Lions and Chiefs, I'll definitely be watching that because it's, I'm the same junkie the rest of you are. We're football junkies, right? And we live for this sport, man. It's like one of those things that it comes and goes really quickly. And then we sit there waiting for a long time for it to come back around again. You know what I'm saying? So it sucks to wait that long. But then when it gets here, and man, and this is a marvelous game to start off, by the way, a team that a coach that I did not believe in. Okay. Dan Campbell for me, I told you many, many times, I'm not big on the rah-rah guy. I've seen those guys fail over and over and over again. And I always looked at him as more of the rah-rah guy, not the substance guy. And he showed us a lot of substance last year. So this is the year. This is the year. It's year 2 is always the year after you have some success that you have to then come back and prove to people. Mike McDaniel has to prove to people that he can be a great coordinator. You know what I'm saying? On his own. Year 2. They got him on tape now, right? Justin Fields. He's on tape now. Now they're going to go after him. And they're going to try to, make his life miserable. Tua Tagovailoa was playing at an MVP level at one point last year before the injuries. He's got to prove that that's not an aberration. That this happens a lot to people that have success. They remember what I always say on the show, right? I've said it for years, for decades, actually. Any pro player, pro athlete can have a good day, a good week, a good month, a good year. It's the guy that can do it over and over again. And here it is. This is it right here. And so there are going to be some people that have to go out there and prove it. Tua, Mike McDaniel, Dan Campbell, Andy Reid doesn't need to prove it.
Pat Mahomes doesn't need to prove anything. You know what I'm saying? They're coming back, and they're coming back to do what they do every single year. But when you have never had success and then you go out and have it, then you've got to now follow up and prove that it wasn't an aberration. And that's what Dan Campbell has to do now. He has to prove that last year the Lions weren't an aberration, that he is the real deal. So I'm interested to see how that one develops too. Yes, sir.
No, I was going to say, one of the low-key moves, too, that Dan Campbell made was keeping the offensive coordinator. Apparently, he withdrew his name from the head coaching jobs, whatever they told him or whatever, but you keep at least Jared Goff in the same situation that made him look at least comfortable.
Oh, really good.
That offense looked real comfortable last year.
He had a hell of a year last year.
And you didn't have to change another coordinator, so.
Yeah, no, props to them because they got Jared Goff to play magnificent football, dude. Magnificent. The kind of football I didn't think Jared Goff could play. Okay? So, props to Dan Campbell. He is in the process of proving my ass wrong, baby. Wrong. Wrong and wrong. I hope he does, by the way. I hope he doesn't flop this year. I hope last year is not an aberration. Let me tell you why I would love to be wrong. Dan Campbell's good for football, dude. He's just good for all of us, man. You know what I mean? Listen, Lions fans deserve good things, bro. Let's just call it like we see it here, okay? Those poor sumbitches have been suffering for like 60, 70 years, dude. Okay? I mean, the Wayne Fonts years are like the most memorable years for Lions fans. Okay? Most of you that are young, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But those of us that saw Barry Sanders and Herman Moore and Johnny Morton and Scott Mitchell was the quarterback from the Dolphins. Those were the best years of Lions fans' existence in the last 40 years. You know what I'm saying? So they deserve good things. I got to say, I hope that Dan Campbell succeeds. I really do, because he's good for us, because he's great television. He's going to be great sound bites, right? And if he can coach, then you know what? Lions fans deserve some success, dude. I wouldn't mind seeing the Lions make it to the Super Bowl and lose to the Dolphins. I have no problem with that, okay? Make it to the Super Bowl. As long as the Dolphins beat your ass, I got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? No, but seriously, on a serious note, I hope Dan Campbell proves that last year wasn't a fluke, because he's fun, man. He's good for the sport, But we'll see. Now they got you on tape. Second year, that's when they test you. You know what I'm saying? That's when they test you. So we'll see what Dan Campbell can do. Tonight, we've got Kelsey out, got Chris Jones' dumbass out, which I don't get this. He's already lost $2 million. He's about to lose $3 million because he doesn't play tonight. It's $1 million. You're never making that money back. Did you see Le'Veon Bell, dude? Like, that one I don't understand. Hold in, bro. Why are you holding out? Holding in is the thing. Report. Go to practice. Go to meetings. But, my back feels bad. My hammy. And they can't track it. But you're in. You're there. And they can't take your money away. Now they take your money when they can't give it. They can't give it back to you by law. There's no wink, wink. Well, we'll take care. We'll give you. No, that's how it used to be. Not anymore. That dude's about to lose $3 million after tonight. How does that make any sense? How are you passing up $20 million? Isn't he like 29? I want to say, Chris Jones, you're not a spring chicken, dude. This is your last big deal. But don't ruin the one that you've got right now. And here's the other thing that's scary for all players. And you as fans have been through it. The guy that holds out, then is not in great shape, then reports and tries to get in quick shape, then plays, and guess what happens to him? Injured. You know what I'm saying? And that's the other thing that you don't want. The guy that's been off all season, off season, and you don't know what kind of he's certainly not in football shape. Because football shape there's only one way to get in football shape. And you're not going to do it at the gym. 19.5, right? Yeah, that's what I said, 20 million. Yeah, but how old is he? Is he 29? I want to say he's 29. Yeah, I know he gets paid 20 million this year. But he's about to lose 3 of your 20. How does that make any sense, dude? He is 29. Okay. Chris Jones, bro. Think, my brother. Think. Look at Le'Veon Bell. You're not getting that money back. Get your ass in there, bro. Go win another title. That's the other thing. You're in the middle of a shot at another title. Although I think he's probably thinking, well, Pat will keep it afloat, and then I'll report in week 8 and then coast the rest of the way and get a title or something. That's probably what he's thinking.
Now I take my daughter to school now, so I listen to Joe in the morning. And they did bring up something, though. You've got Kelsey, who's taken kind of cuts depending on what you want to look at as far as what he makes. Well, actually, no, he's classified as a tight end, not a receiver.
Right.
Mahomes is taking a hit for the team.
Yeah. It's actually a contract friendly deal
for the team. And now you have Chris Jones holding out to get we won't get the top because of what Bosa just signed, but a good deal for him.
Yeah.
They were talking about, is that going to fracture anything within the team? Because you got
and Nick Bosa, 5-year, $170 million extension, making him the highest non-paid QB in the NFL. He's got $122.5 million guaranteed, $34 million per year. Aaron Donald's $31.7. I think Aaron Donald's more important than Bosa. He gets the sacks and he controls the middle of the field. You don't run on him. He's a terror. And here's one more thing. Joey Bosa has played 4 years in the NFL. He's missed 15 games. Okay? Joey Bosa's missed 15 games. Has Aaron Donald missed 15 games in the last 4 years? Has he missed one, maybe? Maybe one, right? Maybe one game Aaron Donald missed in the last 4 years. This guy's missed 15 in 4 years. That's a season in 4 years. Yeah, second year. He only played a couple games, and then he's missed a couple of others. His brother, Joey, because Nick's missed 15 games in 4 years, Joey's missed 26 games in 7 years. So when I tell you Aaron Donald's more important because he's there every game and he's just as good, maybe better. Maybe better. What was that? What are you saying?
No, because of the Rams season last season, he got a high ankle sprain in week 12, and then they held him out the rest of the season.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, again.
And you know what? If that was a playoff, his ass would have been out there on the field. But that was a season that, like this year, the Rams suck. They're not trying to win. Yeah, they're not trying to win. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's interesting how the Bosas are getting that money, but that's a hell of a gamble on their part to give him all that money. You know, you gotta, because he's a terror. I get it. But I just kind of found it funny that you got more money than Aaron Donald, and if you tell me I'll give you a Bosa or a Donald, dude, I'm taking Donald every day of the week and twice on Sundays. He's there every week, bro. He's a monster. And that to me is really, really important. Thank you, sir. Yep. You got it, baby. You do it. Appreciate you.
I want to say about the 49ers, when you look at that team, they better hope that Brock Purdy does good, and then you better hope he doesn't do too great, because you're going to have some cuts, or you're going to have to be releasing some people, because they've got like one of the top paid running back.
Right.
Now you've got the top
tight end,
defensive end.
Ends. Yeah.
Just
Wide receiver.
When you're 5 positions, they've got either, I think, top 5, top 6 in every position of those top 5s, because
Easily.
your quarterback's not even making $1 million.
Yeah. The quarterback is a bargain. They're not paying. That's why they can pay all that.
But if
the day they got to pay a quarterback, they're going to have to cut people. That's how it is. But it makes a lot of sense. You don't have to pay a quarterback. Well, surround the young guy with as many weapons as possible.
And in that offense too, with
yeah. And by the way, Kittle's banged up going into this game too.
So I believe he did.
Yes, Kittle's also banged up. So we'll see what happens there. Let's see. What do we got? Jamie Zoria is in the house. A little roll call. First up in San Jose, reminding everybody to smash. And remember, watch hours. Very important on this channel. Very important. If you gotta go, let it play, okay? Let it play. Gotta go do some errands or something, let it play. You're hanging around the office, let it play. Let it play, please. Josh Hart is in. Steven Gonzalez is in. Mr. Torres is in from Southern California. One-Eyed Jack, Brian Walters. Big O going for the sweep. It's amazing. If they sweep the Dodgers, Jesus Christ, dude. Crazy stuff. Think Dodgers blue. Shout out Big O. Spark the blunts under the Sylvester tree. Yeah. There you go. Christopher Giovanelli. Ray Sosa. Angelo de Jesus. What's up, Big O and Sean from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Time Clock Bandit checking in. I like it. Steven Gonzalez says, I have something to say about this Soler injury. Don't know how true this is, but the reason why Soler injury came about, it's because he's 18 or so plate appearances away from guaranteeing his money. Yeah, but that would be him but he's injured. That's not the team telling him he's injured. I don't think Soler is going to take himself out of the lineup, Jesus. I don't think that's the case. If Soler is injured, that's actually bad luck. And I got to tell you something. I don't think they would do that right now. They're trying to actually make the playoffs, and they need Soler. Good thing yesterday that Jazz and Sanchez and Wendell, even Mr. Wendell, as Arrested Development would say, hit a home run.
You need to capitalize more on Berger hitting home runs. He's got 31. I know not all of them with the Marlins, but still.
Yeah.
It should be like a Berger giveaway or something if he did something.
Well, they did do that.
They did do it when he first got there. The first day he was there, it's $5 hamburgers per burger, yeah.
And they sold a bunch of them. So, yeah. They should do that all the time. That, like, if Berger hits a home run, you should be able to go to the counter and grab a voucher. Okay? Like, you bring your game ticket and you get a voucher that day, and on your next game back, you get a burger discounted. Yeah, because he might hit it in the 8th or 9th inning, and that might
grill's closed at that point.
Yeah, the grill and all that. It's late at night. Point.
I was gonna say.
So Berger hits a home run. Boom. On your way out, you show your game ticket. They scan it and give you a burger thing, and then you get it discounted for whatever. Next time you're there.
I like it.
And then that attracts them to come to the next game. Like maybe they only bought a single game ticket, and they say, "Oh, we got a free burger. Let's come back," and then we had some fun. Marlins, that's on the house, that advice. That's all for you guys there, okay? And if you want to invite Sean and I to go out there and do the game, do our show out there while the game is going on, because they were going to do that for us a couple years ago. We were actually going to go out for games, because they don't really have like a real radio partner. Like 940 Wins is not like a real radio partner. They're not like a real radio station, They just happen to be on the radio dial, but, they're not really a radio station. Let's see. Bromar says, Big O, given his football predictions, what teams are winning their division, making the playoffs, winning the Super Bowl? Well, the Dolphins are winning the Super Bowl. They're beating the Philadelphia Eagles for the Super Bowl. That's what's going on, Bromar. Nothing else matters. And the Dolphins will win the division.
Let's see. What else do we have? Lions beating KC tonight, says John Padilla. True Fin fan is in the house. Rock Bear says, good evening from the UK. Looking forward to the Marlins sweeping the Dodgers and the Dolphins starting with a W in Los Angeles. Gus 1388 is in. Danielle Berry Sports is in. Reynaldo Mesa. Shut up these Tua haters, huh?
We're going to treat LA like we did Boston?
Yes, that's what we need to do. Yes.
Sweep the Dodgers and then go in, kick Chargers' ass?
Yes. Kick some Chargers' ass. I'm with you. Speaking of Tua haters, I have a Sean Merriman Tua hater.
Sign him up.
I saw that, and it's like, so he puts out, because Sean Merriman sees Tua describing Justin Herbert, that Justin Herbert is a completely different quarterback than him, which is true. There's no doubt he's a completely different quarterback. And so then Sean Merriman retweets, this is on point. He says it, no problem. I say it, I'm hating. Tua can play, no doubt, just not on Herbert's level. See, and that's where Sean Merriman sounds stupid. Because Sean Merriman is just talking about the athletic ability of Justin Herbert, which, of course, he can run faster than Tua. He's bigger and stronger than Tua. He can throw it farther than Tua, all that kind of stuff. That has nothing to do with being a great quarterback. It's interesting because in my 33 years in this business, the one thing I've learned, and I've mentioned this before, players will run circles around us when it comes to X's and O's. Okay? You and I aren't going to know X's and O's better than players. They're going to understand that kind of stuff better than us. They're going to be able to interpret what was out there better than us, no doubt. But when it comes to talent, whether somebody can play or not, whether a team is good or not, whether a front office knows what they're doing, let me explain to you this. Most players are as good as you are at that. Let's just get that straight. Let's get it out there. Okay? Players don't know any better than you do, in general, whether somebody can play or not. Because the examples are endless. Michael Jordan is the dumbest mother effer I have ever seen in a front office. And he's the greatest player ever. He would have been fired 87 times over considering how long he's been employed. Nobody would have kept his sorry ass around more than 2 or 3 years after all the stupid decisions he has made over and over and over again. Magic Johnson couldn't last a month coaching players. I mean, examples are endless. Okay? So Sean Merriman obviously sends that stupid tweet. So I send back to him. I said, it's about winning, not athletic ability. Jeff George had twice the arm of Montana and Breeze. How'd that work out? Most of you that are young, you have no idea who Jeff George is except by somebody telling you, and you probably never lived it. And highlights don't ever really, if you don't live it, you don't really know it for real. Let's just be honest, okay? I can't tell you really about Jim Brown. I can tell you about his greatness and say, oh, yeah, I know he's known as one of the greatest. But somebody that lived and watched Jim Brown, I have to take their word for it. That's kind of the way I look at it. So most of you that are young, you didn't see Jeff George, you don't know what I'm talking about. But Jeff George, one of the 5 greatest arms in the history of the game. That's not up for discussion. That's not up for arguments. Nothing. Anybody that knows football they can never find 5 people that have a better arm than Jeff George. It doesn't exist. The Lord never created it. Put it that way. Okay, let's put it that way. The Lord can't find 5 people that have a better arm than Jeff George in the history of football. And Drew Brees and Montana ran circles around that fool. Vince Young, Achilles Smith, those are phenomenal talents. Okay? Tom Brady was a statue. How'd that work out? See, Sean Merriman's the guy that falls in love and tells you, no, I'll take Lamar Jackson or Warren Moon. Why? Because Lamar can run? Warren Moon wins from the pocket. One of the greatest ever. Why? Because he's a pocket passer. Didn't make a living running. Had no intentions on running. Didn't care about running. He didn't need to run. Warren Moon was going to win from the pocket. Didn't need his legs. You know what he needed his legs for? Move around one way or the other. A boot, a waggle, something like that. That's it. So we have these guys that, it's athletic ability. And I know it happens to you guys out there. And this is the same stupid shit that Sean Merriman is putting out there. It's quarterbacking is about anticipatory skills. It's about ball placement. It's about accuracy. It's not about how much you can run or that you can throw it out of the building. That has nothing to do with being a good quarterback. Jamarcus Russell could throw it out of the building. Do you want him as your quarterback? No. It's just the way it is. Bob Greasy and Joe Montana and Drew Brees would struggle to hit the 60 yards downfield. And yet you want them all quarterbacking your team. Because you win from the pocket. And too many people are in love with the athlete. Well, the athlete rarely ever wins a Super Bowl. In fact, I'm sorry, the athlete never wins the Super Bowl. It's always the pocket passer. As athletic as Mahomes is, he wins with his arm. His legs are used as a last resort. They're not the first resort. They're not the second. They're last. So pocket passers will always be the answer. Until you find a pocket pass, until you find a runner that is actually really accurate. You know what? I can't even call Shedeur Sanders a runner from that game. Like, he had no intentions on running. He's like a pure pocket passer.
Yeah, I forgot who
That
it
was
was.
exciting to watch.
I want to say it was Acho was like, he doesn't even look downfield. He's looking downfield to pass.
Right.
Not to take off.
Right.
Yeah. He has gotten better. Not that I followed him every game at Jackson State, but when he was on TV and you saw him in games, he was good. He wasn't, but what he showed there, and again,
it's the Florida State kid. It's the same shit as the Florida State kid.
Yeah, Jordan Travis, right?
Same
Travis.
thing.
Yeah.
Where he started and where he's at now.
It's amazing the things.
It's not even close. It's not even close. Jordan Travis has done a marvelous job, and Shedeur, my God,
and
his accuracy.
And again, maybe some of these guys are better
receivers
than we know, but he's not throwing to any what's his name? Travis Hunter. Now that he's a great athlete, I don't know, but receiver wise,
he's great. Period.
Yeah,
it's great. Period.
That's true.
That guy can do whatever the hell he wants on the field.
Can he do 120 plays a game?
No, he shouldn't. That's going to lead. That's going to lead to injuries.
Yeah, they're gonna have to find packages for him somewhere, especially when you start getting into the bigger.
I'd keep him as corner full time. I'd use him only on third downs. That's what I would do as a receiver. I'd only use him on passing downs, not even third and short and fourth and short. I'd keep him on. Oh no, you're resting. I'll keep you fresh. The other receivers are actually good.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Is you throw him out there as a game changer almost. We need to change a pace or something.
Right. Just a little extra juice.
I did find it funny when
I take care of him a little bit.
Was it Charles Davis was the caller on the game?
Maybe.
I believe it was, but they're like, they're only going to take him out during the offensive time to give him breaks. I'm like, well, that only makes sense. I mean, hey, it's third and long. Come on out, corner. Our best corner. You're going to pull him out on defense, really?
Yeah, no.
Of course, you're going to rest on offense.
Yeah, definitely. You got to rest them up, and plus they have talent on offense. They have some other guys. Send Marcel a reminder. But I know Marcel's kind of Cuban, so it's one of those things. Let's see. Ronaldo Mesa is in. Rick D-Man also in. Dude 67. Brian Landis. Carrillo is in. Let the magic begin, he says. Good afternoon, Big O from Chris. Thanks for the birthday shout out yesterday. It made my day. Well, thank you, Chris. Thank you for joining us yesterday and today. You make our day. Thank you. And remember, let it play as much as possible. Any and every episode on this platform, let him play. Okay? All right. Let's get back at YouTube here. Help us out with that. SM Fins, what's up, Big O? So the live show back on the yes, because of YouTube, unfortunately. That's where I'm watching now. I haven't been able to find your live show on the live channel the last several days. Yeah, no, we haven't been there the last couple of days because of YouTube. Such a pain in the ass. Anyway, Jorge Ceballos is in. This possible trade for Dame is driving me crazy. You think it's, yeah, bro, it'll happen at the end of the month. Relax. Don't worry about it. It'll happen right before they really have to get things going. Trust me, they don't want Dame showing up. It's just, this is all posturing. That's all it is. SM Fins, thank you for the love on the super chat. What's up, Big O? I'm assuming the show is back on your regular channel. Yes. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. I appreciate you. All right, let's do it. Let's talk a little Miami Dolphins with Marcel Louis Jacques from ESPN and our Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report.
All rise, football fans, as the Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report with Marcel Louis Jacques is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider Marcel Louis Jacques.
You think you think Apple's got problems? They just lost $200 billion in market value over the past 2 days after China banned its government from using iPhones. Oh, crap. They can't use the iPhone in China? Woo! Damn, that's crazy. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I am great. Ready for a little cross-country action this weekend. Should be a fun game there against the Chargers. Mostly healthy. This team, mostly healthy, but obviously a couple big names are standing out.
I think Teron Armstead's playing. And I think Isaiah Wynn is starting. I think it's just McDaniel effing with everybody. There's no rule in the NFL that you can mislead people with the depth chart. So apparently you can't mislead about injuries, right? Because that's a no-no, but you can't, it doesn't matter about the depth chart. And then Teron Armstead played all last year without practicing. I think that's what's going to end up happening. I think.
Yeah, look, I don't have news. I don't have official news one way or another, scoop one way or another here. Well, the left guard thing, I'm not allowed to report. Like I know who's practicing with the first team. I'm not allowed to report it. But as far as Teron Armstead goes, this is back-to-back days of not seeing him. I don't know, man. What I'm concerned about is that he was still ramping up to being game ready before he hurt his leg in Houston. So he was already saying, like, okay, as of right now, like, I'm not ready to play. Like, he was already, having to ramp up. The fact that now he's been out for 3 weeks without, any sort of participation really at practice, I think it would go a long way to see him on Friday to at least get that limited session in. But the fact I haven't even seen him out there, and granted, we only get to watch the first 20 minutes of practice. So he could have showed up afterward for all we know.
Right.
We get the injury report should be coming out in about 24 minutes at this point, and we'll get an official designation as far as, what his level of participation was today. But I don't, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think this is the same exact situation as last season when, he's playing on Sunday and he might not practice on Wednesday or Thursday and he'll hop in there on Friday just to get a walkthrough in. Like, I think it's just a little bit different. He was game ready. He was in game shape then. I don't know if he's in game shape right now. I don't personally know. He could be. And by all accounts, his teammates, his coaches, McDaniel, every chance he gets reminds us that Teron Armstead is a guy he doesn't have to worry about. And, if he can play, he will play. So I think this is something I cannot opine on one way or another. I cannot say with certainty one way or another, but it is my opinion, and that is all this is just my opinion, that if he does not practice in any capacity tomorrow, that I would prepare for a Sunday without Teron Armstead.
Well, here's the thing, and maybe it's a race now because I gave Cam the idea because nobody's ever asked him this. And maybe if Cam forgets, if he has Omar Kelly's type memory and he forgets, maybe you can do it. You need to ask Cam the next time he's at the podium, what is it that he does for conditioning? Because if you don't practice like you didn't all last year, there must be something in the building that he must be doing. Some elliptical, some kind of pool work, something. He's got to be doing something to work up some kind of a sweat and to get wind, because last year was amazing that he would never practice, and yet he had the physical stamina to last an entire game. Even the playoff game, he had not played for weeks, and then he ended up playing that entire playoff game with like 87 injuries. And so I just wonder what he does behind the scenes that we cannot see.
You're talking about Teron, right?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Okay, because you said to ask Cam when next time he's up there.
Because what I said is I told Cam to ask, and it'll be.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I thought you had switched to Cam Smith, and I was like, I don't see the correlation.
Cameron Wolf. I'm talking about Cam Wolf.
No, that's fine.
It'll be a race between you and Cam. If Cam forgets, maybe you will remember. Ask him, because I'm very intrigued to find out what is his conditioning routine. What did he do all last year? Because he has to do something, Marcel.
Teron boxes. He boxes. We saw that in training camp as well when he was off to the side as well. Like, he boxes. It's not a perfect conditioning regimen, but it is you exuding effort, physical effort over a period of time. It's not, a 1-to-1 fit. It's not exactly the same as exerting yourself against a human being trying to get by you, for a 60-minute game. I don't think there's really any replacing that. But I think his.
Dude, he has to do something, Marcel, because there's no way you could just hang out all week and just play on Sunday. He has to be able. I'm really intrigued to find out what is his conditioning regimen, because if you're injured, okay, that puts a real crimp into how do you get prepared when you're injured. You know what I'm saying? And if you have a leg injury, how do you box for hours? Are you doing it in a pool? Are you doing it? You know what I'm saying? I'm really intrigued.
Next time we see him, it's a good question to ask him. I think obviously something low impact, so I wouldn't expect him running on the treadmill, but like an elliptical
or pool.
Pool, bike, like something that's low impact that still gets your body going.
That thing that they do, that hand thing that they do, that might be also the other thing that he does. That works up your sweat and energy, because I know that they do the one with the arms. If you can't do the legs, they do the arm ones that also might be something also that he builds up a sweat. I'm really intrigued, because what he did last year was just miraculous, bro. You got to be really special athlete to do what he did last year. Most guys can't do that, bro.
That's why they trust him so much. That's why they trust him so much to go without practicing. Yeah, but again, this is you kind of know what you get from Teron Armstead. Once again, you're going to get top 5 left tackle play when he's healthy. He is going to miss 2 to 3 games a year. Yeah, that's not me trying to speak it into existence. That is just reading off his past 3 years, 4 years. That's become the new normal. So obviously not off to a great start for him this year from just a health standpoint. I know it's not where he wants to be either, but I think the Dolphins are confident that as soon as he is game ready, that you're going to get the same level of play from him as you've gotten in previous years or previous seasons.
Austin Jackson, man, he never lacks confidence. I got to give him credit. He's always got a great attitude, Marcel. And I think that that's really important for it's a lesson from Austin Jackson for the rest of us in life, because a lot of us go through adversities and we go through tough times, and sometimes those moments tend to have a lasting effect on us, and we become bitter or mad or frustrated about the situation, and then it affects how we carry ourselves, how we interact with other people. Austin Jackson's had a lot of adversity, a lot of criticism, but it is marvelous the way he handles it and the way he is trying to bounce back from all that kind of adversity.
Yeah, because
I'm really impressed with that. Actually.
I mean, it's not like he's ever really been a scrub. It's not like he's ever been, an underdog. Like, this is a guy, 5-star out of, I remember, because he's from Arizona, 5-star tackle at Arizona, first round talent at USC. It probably would have been a no-brainer first rounder if he didn't take the year off after the procedure to help his sister. So, he comes from a star pedigree. Like, he doesn't just, he's not just a bad football player. I think he got a bad rep. Obviously that first year at left tackle was not very good. And then 2021 was not very good as they bounced him from left tackle to left guard. But ever since he's been moved to right tackle and been told, like, we believe in you at this position, stay here. Like, we're going to keep you here. He has been solid. And you can't be scared if you're an offensive lineman, because you got the nastiest athletes on the planet coming at you hard for 60 minutes every Sunday. You can't be scared. Like, oh my God, I don't think I can hang out.
But you've been at this long enough now. You've seen the guy that's gone through adversity, and then it affects him, and he's, personality wise and all that, and it affects him. Whereas this guy has, I give him a lot of credit, bro. And mentally, he reprograms himself in a really, positive way. And I think that if you're going to have success, that's maybe why he's starting to turn the corner. It's because he's also maintained a great attitude throughout the entire thing.
It's a big year for him. Obviously, they declined his 5th-year option, as was 110% the right move. Yeah. But this is, his future with the Miami Dolphins is on the line right here. I don't know if we've seen enough to say definitively, yeah, they should sign him back. I think there's a lot of questions that are going to be answered based on Austin Jackson's play this season. But he's got to stay healthy, because I think at this point, like, the talent level, the production is not necessarily the question with Austin as much as the durability. Like, you just have to be on the field. Otherwise, there's nothing to go off of. There's nothing to go off of except practice tape. And, it's hard to justify, spending $20 million on practice tape. I'm not saying a year, I'm saying total, but like, it's hard to justify spending that kind of money on, he had a good training camp 2 years in a row. So, I think, but I like the guy. He's always leveled, no matter, we've talked to him after he got his butt kicked. We've talked to him after strong practices, after good performances, bad performances. He's the same level every time you speak with him. And I think that's really important, especially in this, in this profession, that you can't get too high and you can't get too low. And Austin Jackson is always the same exact tone, same exact attitude every time we speak with him. But no, man, I am pulling for him as much as an objective reporter can pull for somebody on the team they cover, strictly because he's a good guy, man. And like, I just want to at least see him put something on tape. I don't want him to keep being judged for what he did 2 years ago. Like, I want at least current stuff, something current, so we could say this is who he is right now, not, well, last time we saw him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he's a good guy.
Yeah, maybe he's more of a, maybe what it's been the product of just bad coaching those first couple of years. It just wasn't a good foundation for him to succeed. And now maybe with the right coaching and the right scheme, maybe this will allow him, to excel. Lord knows that, we talk about the Dolphins are going to go as far as Tua takes him. Well, brother, if that right tackle don't work out, well, Tua ain't taking you anywhere. Because if nobody can stop the pass rusher on the right side, then that's going to be a major problem all year long. So as much as we say, oh, you need Tua, brother, you need Austin Jackson to perform at a high level this year in order for the Dolphins to succeed, which is great.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because the swing tackle situation, you can maybe You throw Kendall Lamb there. I think he's chomping at the bit to play on the right side. So you can throw Kendall Lamb up there. Isaiah Wynn is an option. You could bring Obuehi back. There's a couple ways that you can go there, but no, I think the easiest route is just Austin Jackson stay healthy and play well.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Are you expecting Deshaun Elliott to be the starter next to what's it called? Javon Holland.
I think I'm expecting Brandon Jones to get the first opportunity there. But I think the starter is kind of irrelevant here because this is a situation where these guys are going to rotate. Okay. It doesn't necessarily matter. I think that Brandon Jones, and I've said it 100 times, I think he was starting to show something. He was starting to show development in terms of his pass coverage and expanding beyond that box safety role that he had kind of been through the first couple of years of his career. It's a tough break for him that he's working his way back from injury while this new defense is being installed. I think Deshaun Elliott might have a leg up on him there. But there is chemistry between Brandon Jones and Javon Holland dating back to 2021 and a little bit in 2022. It would make sense for him to. This is his job. I don't think that Deshaun Elliott was brought in to take over for him. I think they needed a new Eric Rowe, and he is an upgrade over Eric Rowe. And in terms of having a just rotational safety there. So yeah, I don't think the starter really matters. It's kind of like running back when they're full strength. The starter doesn't really matter. Mostert and Wilson are going to get a pretty equal share of the work until A-Chain, is used to the speed of the game. I think he's the future of this backfield.
All right. So Armstead, Waddle, Bethel, Hill, A-Chain, Ahmed, Davis, Eichenberg, Jones, Williams are on the injured list. That's a long-ass injury list, but how many of these injuries are actually serious?
It cracked me up.
You guys talked to Waddle. If Waddle talked to you guys, dude, he's not hurt. He's ready to go. I mean, give me a break. So calm the Dolphin fans down. What injuries are serious?
You got to look at you have to read the list. You have to read the list. You don't just see, the popular response I saw yesterday was, oh my God, there's so many names on it. Yeah, 6 of them practiced in full.
Exactly.
All that means is they got treatment on it. If you got an ankle wrapped, practice in full with an ankle injury. But if it's a full practice, that doesn't matter. It's okay. Breathe. You'll be fine. But and not to mention, there 4 of those guys were regular contributors. Obviously Armstead is the big one, and then Waddle was limited. But Justin Bethel and Elijah Campbell are big for special teams. Don't get me wrong. That could have a sneaky impact on the game, but that's not going to decide the game. With all due respect, this is not. It's not a situation that warranted all the panic I saw and all of the here we go again.
That's why I want you to walk him off the ledge. Walk them off the damn ledge, bro.
It'll be. I mean, let's see. Let's pull this thing. Let's pull this thing back up so that we can be accurate.
Armstead. Here. Okay, that's serious. Waddle, not serious. Justin
Julian
Bethel.
Hill, a limited for Julian Hill.
Okay,
limited is fine this early in the week. It's not really worth it again for Julian Hill and Justin Bethel. Limited is fine this early in the week for Jalen Waddle, especially a player of that caliber. It's just going to be load management. But A-Chain shoulder full, Ahmed back full, which is interesting because it was reported that it was a neck injury, not a back injury, but doesn't matter. Full. Raekwon Davis elbow full. Liam Eichenberg ribs full. Brandon Jones knee full. Connor Williams knee full. Full practices are good, especially early in the week. That is good.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yep.
It's okay. They are required by league law, by NFL rules. If somebody receives treatment, that they have to be on the injury report.
That's it.
That's it.
I just, that's why I want you to say it, because I don't think it's that big a deal. The only guy I'm worried about is Armstead, and I still believe he's going to play. I think he's going to pull the same crap he did all last year, and they're like, you know what? Why are we already did this with you last year, and you did fine. We're going to keep doing this. Why put you out there and risk injury in practice? So risk injury in a game, not in practice. And maybe that's what they're doing. Who knows, but what are you going to do? All right. The Fangio effect. How will that help on Sunday against Herbert and the boys?
Well, ideally, it takes away the big plays. And if you remember last year's game, Herbert put on a clinic. It was smack in the middle of you and I's month-long debate about quarterback creating off scripts. And Justin Herbert, after the game, I just motioned toward the field and said, that is my argument.
I know, but
he put on a clinic for how to create off script.
He put a clinic on between the 20s. Didn't score a lot.
They didn't score a lot. They bent and they didn't break.
Okay.
That was
all right. Okay.
That's Miami's defense. That was the Josh Boyer effect. But you would hope that
looks shiny, but is it really substance? You know what I'm saying? So
hey,
there's a lot of yards.
They did enough to win. They did enough to win, and not to mention Miami's 2 touchdowns were. I mean, one of them. I don't think a 60-yard deep ball to Tyreek can be considered fluky at this point.
That offensively they were terrible.
There's a 57-yard punt return or fumble return. Yeah.
There's no excuses for Tua, for McDaniel. Those couple weeks they played like crap. They played.
What you're hoping for is a little bit of chaos. You know, beyond limiting the deep play, you're hoping for a little bit of chaos. It's their first time really implementing a full 4-quarter effort of Kellen Moore's system from Justin Herbert's perspective. It's their first time doing this over the course of the game. There's still going to be a little bit of thinking. You know, it's not going to be 100% instinct. He's going to be thinking, okay, this is my read, this is my key, this is my first option, So what you're hoping to do if you're Vic Fangio is confuse him even more. So not only are you thinking about what the hell is the defense doing, but you're also thinking of what am I supposed to be doing here? It's not a natural fit yet. You know, like Tua in year 2 of McDaniel's offense, these things should be natural. You should be playing, not thinking. I think Herbert is probably going to be doing a little bit of thinking, at least this early in the season. So it's there are advantages and disadvantages of playing a brand new, system early in the year with no tape. Obviously, like, you don't know what to expect. You can't just watch Cowboys film and say, okay, this is what Kellen Moore is going to do, because these are different personnel. These are different receivers. You have a different type of weapon at running back in Austin Eckler as well. You have a different type of quarterback in Justin Herbert than Dak Prescott. So it's not a one-to-one fit. It's not, apples to apples there. But, you can also, like I just explained, you can take advantage of that inexperience, of that team's own inexperience, and turn it back on them by confusing them in disguising coverages. And that is something that I think Vic Fangio is very adept at, as one of the defensive mastermind architects of the modern game. I would expect to see a lot of that come Sunday.
By the way, folks, we're still in hurricane season. Make sure you keep Welton Rayom's number by your side. God forbid we get hit by a storm. You do not call the insurance company and their adjusters. You call Welton Rayom first. They have their own adjusters, and they will set you up. So if you're dealing with some kind of water damage or storm damage or maybe bankruptcy, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury, call my friends, Welton Rayom. They're in Hollywood. They serve all of South Florida. They also have an office in the Keys. 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. All right, Marcel, what's the prediction? What happens on Sunday? Who wins and why?
Man, that's hard. I'm going to counter by doing something that I did for ESPN in our game day, our week 1 preview here. My bold prediction of the game last year, Dolphins averaged around 4.5 yards per carry on the ground. They only ran the ball, I think it was like 19 times. They couldn't commit to the run playing catch up.
Yeah, we know.
That changes this year. I think they go for 150 yards on the ground. I see a triple-digit effort from Raheem Mostert as well. So fantasy owners, I think Mostert is a good play here. The guy is healthy. He is motivated. I think he's a little bit angry too. I don't know him, like the back of my hand, but I'm cool enough with Raheem. He's not a hot-headed type of guy, but I think he is proud enough. He's proud enough and he believes in his skill set enough to be offended by all the running back talk from the offseason. I mean, who among us wouldn't? If ESPN's talking about, is doing interviews with somebody for a Dolphins reporter position while I'm still here, yeah, I feel some type of way as well. So, I think that we're going to see a big game from Raheem Mostert. We're going to see a big game from the Dolphins on the ground. Because of that, we see a Dolphins win. They start the season 1-0, shoot 2-0, because I don't think they're losing in Gillette next week in Sunday Night Football either. I don't care who's being honored at halftime or after the game, whenever the hell the Brady stuff is.
Weren't you interviewing in Bristol yesterday or something? Oh, anyway, follow him on Twitter at Marcel_LJ. Catch his work for now at ESPN until Sean takes over. Make sure you go to ESPN.com. Marcel, as always, my friend, have a great weekend. Safe travels, man. Enjoy Los Angeles out there. And remember, you're in California. You can steal just under $1,000 and not get in trouble. How about it?
All $1,000 of my allotted misdemeanor is going toward In-N-Out Burger. So
there you go. That's the way to spend it right there. Maybe a little Pink's hot dogs. No, maybe.
Nope, In-N-Out Burger, man. That's all I want. That's going to be my first meal. Nah, no, it's not. It's going to be my dinner, though, Saturday night. Like, I don't need anything fancy. That's my town, man. Like, I don't need I have to check out this restaurant and this and this and that. No, give me an In-N-Out Burger, bro. Give me an In-N-Out Burger, and then I'm going to watch Texas, Alabama.
A little Roscoe's? You're not going to go to Roscoe's? I love Roscoe's.
That's breakfast food, man.
I love Roscoe's. That chicken. It's like the chicken that my mom used to make when I was a kid. That tender chicken with that crispy shell that is just perfectly crispy. It's not burned.
The tip still on the wings.
Yeah, dude. Oh God, they just know how to make fried chicken there, bro.
Yeah, might do that for oh no. I was gonna say for Sunday breakfast, but
no. You don't
I'm not going there before the church crowd, and I'm not getting there after the church crowd. So that'd be tough. That's the beauty of the 4 p.m. kick, though, is that football should be on. Football should be on. Oh, it's not 4 p.m. It's 1 p.m. kick.
1 p.m. for you there. Yes.
That's right.
1:25 for you there. 4:25 for us over here, unfortunately. And there's Randy's. And there's Randy's Donuts right there, too.
Now, Randy's is special. So I'm staying, I'm not going to tell everybody exactly where I'm staying, but I am staying near the big, a big donut sign. And the flagship one. I had it a couple times. When we were in LA last year, truly special.
I haven't taken Sean yet. We haven't gone to a trip in LA yet, but when I do, boy, Sean's going to be in for a real treat to all these places.
Man, I wish that just the last food thing before I take off. There used to be this spot called Komodo, and not like the Komodo in Brickell. I thought for a second they were the same thing, and I was really excited until I pulled up to Komodo Brickell and was like, "This ain't it." But it was an Asian fusion restaurant. It started off as a food truck, and they opened a brick and mortar off of Pico in West Hollywood. And they had this burrito. They called it the MP3 burrito. It was sirloin steak, quail eggs, tots, and cheese wrapped up in a burrito. And it didn't matter where we were. My best friend used to live in LA. Every time I visit, didn't matter what our plans were. They involved swinging by West Hollywood to go get an MP3 burrito. They shut down business a couple years ago because they just got tired of it. They never opened back up, man. It is the greatest. I'm begging them to reopen, man. I'm begging. That is my final.
There's a lot of good places in West Hollywood to go and eat, man. That's a groovy area to find
city, a
bunch of places to go eat. Yeah, LA is a fun place. Maybe not to live, but definitely to hang out.
I like just the geography of LA. I think is awesome. Like obviously you have a beach here, but like something about being at the beach and then seeing like rolling hills on either side.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Man. I'm with you. It's so cool to visit. I really enjoy visiting it. There's no doubt about that. All right, my man. You have great travels. We will catch up next week, and let's hope for a good performance by the boys. You be good out there.
Peace.
Thank you, sir. Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with Marcel Louis-Jacques. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Hour number 2 here of the program. Hour number 2 of the program, ready to rock. I see Eric from EJD Construction is in the house. There we go. What's up, Eric? And, of course, call our friends at EJD Construction. They know how to get it done, man. Eric is absolutely amazing. Dade and Broward counties. Whatever you're looking to do, man. You want to build an efficiency? You want to build an Airbnb? Whatever. You want to modernize your kitchen? We had a listener that had a fire, had to remediate the entire home. You name it. We're talking about custom home construction, major home remodeling, not a handyman, okay? And Dade and Broward counties. Call my man Eric at 305-433-4843. Support the folks that support this platform and help it grow every single day. EJDconstruction.com. And by the way, the title sponsor of Sunday's program, for the Miami Dolphins pre and post game show. The EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins pregame show starts at 2:25 on Sunday. I think we may have a couple of road performances. It might be happening here, so we'll have some news for you here. There's some stuff developing, so we are working it. I finally remembered to turn the volume down before the thunderclap. Ha, Sean, I got your number now.
Yeah, I actually boost my volume up right when I know it's coming.
Cristo says, I think Miami runs the ball down their throat and the defense gets to Herbert all day long. David has a big day. Would be good if David Long has a big day. No doubt. Yes, that would be absolutely awesome. Do you really put sugar on your buttered toast and do you yell azúcar when you do so? I don't pull the what's her name, man? Damn it. No, you're not going to know. The azúcar lady. I don't pull the Celia Cruz. I know you know, but you're not going to know that I'm thinking of that at the moment. I don't pull the Celia Cruz. But I do put sugar on my toasted buttered bread. Yes, I'm a weirdo, but I'll admit it, bro. Huh? Just regular toast, butter, and then I put sugar on it. Yeah. I've done that since I was a child. Yes. We're gonna tell you, I'm weird. It's I don't even know. I don't even know where I tasted that for the first time. Huh? When you drink Coke? Maybe. Or it could be un pan de gloria. Might have inspired me. Which that's bread with a little kind of honey-like type of thing on it and sugar. And that was just, Bahamian bread does that too? They have one also? That's a Bahamian bread that has sugar like ours? Yeah. Well, pan de gloria. Maybe that's what inspired me. I'm not sure. I don't remember now. I don't remember who turned me on to that snack. But it's been with me forever. And I'll eat regular toast. Don't get me wrong. Toast with butter. I'll eat regular toast, but I will, I'll put the sugar sometimes. And I love it. Still to this day. Yeah, just sprinkled, not like poured on, by the way, folks. Okay. I'm not what's her name from Ali Sheedy from Breakfast Club. You know that scene where she gets her breads and she pouring the sugar and then the cereal and then she crunches it together and all that. Yeah, no. We're not going to that extreme. The Ali Sheedy extreme. Let's see. Big O, hit me with your all-time fantasy football picks. No. We're not going to do fantasy right now, bro. Nobody cares about fantasy right now. If we had a fantasy segment, I would do that, Anthony, but nobody cares about fantasy. That bores the shit out of people when you're not in a fantasy segment. I'm excited about football being back. Carne asada. And what is that? Trip barbecue for dinner. Okay, go Lions over KC. I'm going to try that Sunday morning before the Dolphins game. Try it. You might like it.
I was thinking of Bimini bread is what it's called.
Oh, it's called Bimini bread?
Well, the Bimini bread. It's got like
and what is it? What is Bimini bread?
Bread, but I believe when I had it, they actually like dipped it and put the sugar on the crust of it.
All right.
But I guess they mixed the sugar in, so it's like a sweet bread.
Oh, okay, I see.
But I had it like somehow they had the sugar like on the crust.
Okay.
So it was just so good.
It's hard for something with sugar to not be good. You know what I'm saying?
It's like fried.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It's like going to Mobile. Everything's fried. Everything. It doesn't matter.
Or you don't like it, wrap it with bacon.
Yeah,
always a winner.
That's it. Always, you can't lose if you wrap it with bacon. Pat in Nashville says, Eric, EJD, I got a question. So I don't know, is Eric still on the chat board is the question. To answer it. No judgment there. I dip my bread that has some butter into coffee. Okay.
I mean, we all have some funky little weird snack or thing that we do that may not be normal for other people. That's kind of the, like the dude that dips his fries in mayonnaise. Like that's gross. That's disgusting, but some people like to do that stuff. I like butter, sugar, and cinnamon on a raisin bread. There you go. Holy crap, that's good, Jay. That's everything. That's it. That's all sweet right there. Toast with cream cheese and butter. Trust me. See, that's cream cheese butter. See, that's weird. But to you, it's not. God bless you, man. Big O, would you think KC wins by more than 4.5 points? I got to tell you something. I'm going to take the Lions in the points here. I think if KC wins this game, it's going to be a field goal or even less than that. I think the Lions are going to give them a hell of a game. Without Chris Jones, I want to see how you pressure Detroit's offense. You know what I'm saying? Who takes over for Chris Jones if he's not there? Because he's the Mahomes on defense. He's the guy you can't block. He's the guy you can't contain. He's the guy you have to scheme for, and he's not there. I think he makes an enormous difference. Kelsey will make a difference, but Pat Mahomes can make it up at times because he's such a great quarterback. And so I can give them a chance, but on defense, I don't give them the same chance. I think their secondary is going to be more at risk because you don't have the same pass rush. Will the defensive coordinator all of a sudden start taking chances because he doesn't have Chris Jones and then setting his secondary up? I'm taking Detroit in the points in this one. Taking Detroit in the 4.5. Not sure they'll win. I'm just kind of sure they're not going to lose by 5 points. Put it that way. So and by the way, I'm not going in with like this ton of confidence because of everything that's gone on. Oh, by the way, I think the Lions center Ragnow is also injured. He's questionable. Can you look up Frank Ragnow, I think is his name, the center for the Lions? I believe he is banged up, and he is questionable for tonight or out. Forgot which one it is. So that's also a little bit of an issue. John Padilla, thank you for the love on the Super Chat. And remember, you can send in on Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show. And you can make a Bitcoin donation too, which, we love the Bitcoin donation. He missed the final practice? Right. That's it. Okay. So Ragnow's banged up. I don't know if he's out or not. I'm not sure, but that is a little bit of a concern. He's a Pro Bowl center, if I'm correct. I think Ragnow made a Pro Bowl, if I'm correct. Yeah. Slow down on the all-pro thing. I know, but they don't hand them out to centers, bro. I mean, that's just, no, but he's actually a legit good player. So,
Looking at Monday's practice, he went in with a toe injury,
full
participant.
It was toe. That's right.
But he was a full participant Monday. And then he wasn't in the last practice, which would have been, I guess, Tuesday.
Okay.
The next day, because then they probably flew yesterday.
That's the Friday practice.
Yeah. So
Saturday is Wednesday.
Yeah. So I'm guessing maybe he goes. I don't know. If he's a full participant, I got to believe that he was maybe just.
He is a tough hombre, so I would not be surprised if he does go.
Toronto Armstead.
Maybe. Toast with cream cheese and butter. Let's see. What was the other one that I saw there? Arroz con ketchup y huevo frito. I've seen that before too. Okay. Thank you. Peanut butter and banana sandwich or banana sandwich with Duke's mayo. Wow. That's a combination there, Pat. My weird snack is heating up peanut butter on bread. The heat from the microwave makes it almost a dessert, like without making the bread hard. Okay. All right.
Is Kelce playing at all? We don't know. Have no idea. I would not play him. It's only game one. Kansas City can lose this game and still win the Super Bowl. Okay, so I would not risk it. That's what I would do. I would hold him out for the week, for this week. But what are you going to do? Not convinced about the Detroit Campbells yet. You know what, Ragin? That's fair. That's fair. But they do play hard for him. And because the two people that are missing, I mean, they're missing. If Kelce's out, then that's two of your three best players. I'm gonna take the 4.5 points. I'm gonna take the 4.5 points. Kelce's a game time decision. Feel your fantasy pain. Yeah, and I think they hold him out. Michael, you got the one team with more injuries than the Finns. But the Finns' injuries are not serious, so it's not really that big a deal, to be quite honest. All right. What else do we have going on? Dolphins, by the way, Chargers are favored by 3. The over and under is 51. Dolphins plus 140 on the money line. The Chargers minus 160. Let's go to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Call my guy, Alan Blanco, Custom Printing and Embroidery, 980 West 22nd Street in Hialeah, 786-251-3404. Marlins defeated the Dodgers yesterday, 11-4. Wendell with his second home run of the year, Sanchez with his 12th, and Jazz with his 16th. Tonight, by the way, they have now won 6 in a row. They look for 7 in a row. Ryan Pepoit is on the mound for the Dodgers. He's 1-0 with a 1.29 ERA. And for the Marlins, Braxton Garrett, 8-5 and a 3.86 ERA. So that's what's going on. Tonight, 8:20 at Arrowhead Stadium. Lions at the Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 4.5. The over and under is 53. Lions are plus 180 on the money line. The Chiefs are minus 218. We'll see what happens with Kelce. It was a game-time decision. Chris Jones is out. On Saturday at Drive Pink Stadium, Inter Miami will host Sporting KC. And Inter Miami is plus 115 on the money line straight up. And Sporting KC is plus 200 on the money line. With a half a goal, if you give up half a goal, Miami is plus 115 on the money line. Sporting KC plus half a goal, they are minus 155 on the money line. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. The other thing that I'd like to talk about is our Cutter's Edge MVP of the night.
Who's last night's MVP? For your complete landscape solutions anywhere in South Florida, there's only one MVP. CuttersEdgePro.com. Here's our CuttersEdgePro.com MVP of the night.
As consistent as William Quigley is with Cutter's Edge Pro, William started this business off with a lawnmower and a shopping cart. And now it's got like 70 trucks. It's one of the biggest landscaping companies in South Florida. They are used everywhere. People call Cutter's Edge. You see the trucks everywhere. And that's a man that has been in this town forever. He's a staple in this community, and he has built one of the best businesses here in South Florida. And I've experienced it myself. Cutter's Edge Pro, some of our listeners have already called and experienced it themselves. One of our listeners ended up getting the artificial turf. He's got a big dog, apparently. And so he saw that we were using it for all of our dogs, and he is now experiencing the same thing. And Cutter's Edge Pro, whether it's landscaping, taking your business or your home to the next level, plus the property value goes up. You know, that is also very important. And if you currently have landscaping, but it's not kept up right now, or you don't have time for it, folks, call the people at Cutter's Edge Pro. They do a great job with maintenance, man. So whether it's irrigation, lighting, landscaping, maybe you also need to trim some trees. We're still in hurricane season. You got some branches and trees that are running into some wires or the roof or anything like that. Don't go getting crazy and getting on some ladder or up on the roof where you can put, your life at risk. Call the pros, from Cutter's Edge Pro. They'll get it done. By the way, they're fully insured. So anybody that steps on your property, they can't sue you. So if they happen to get injured, be very careful. I tell you all the time about EJD Construction and Cutter's Edge Pro. They are on this platform not only because they're great sponsors and they are great companies, but they're also insured. I make sure they're insured, or if not, I can't represent them because I don't want to send somebody to your home that's not insured. Please, if you don't hire Cutter's Edge Pro or EJD Construction, make sure whoever you do hire is fully insured. That way you're protected. And make sure they show you the proof that they're fully insured. Cutter's Edge Pro, 954-472-0622. And I got to give it to Skip Schumacher. How in the hell are you 14 games over 500 and then you catastrophically fall down to a game under 500? And now you've bounced back to be 5 games over 500, 6 games in a row that you've won. You now have a half-game lead in the wild card race. This is your manager. Because when you lose that many and you get to under 500, you start losing confidence. You start not believing who you are. And Skip Schumacher continues to do one of the better coaching jobs here in South Florida. I got to say, even though, and by now I thought the Marlins would be already out of it, to be quite honest. I told you, I thought by August they're done. You know what I mean? We're September 7th, and they're in the wild card race now. They are leading in the third wild card, okay? That's ridiculous. And that's Skip Schumacher. You just lost Soler. You just lost Sandy. And I know Sandy hasn't been amazing. Soler has. But still, it's, Sandy could still become Sandy in the next couple of outings, and nobody's Sandy. You know what I'm saying? And yet you find a way, and here comes the Dodgers. Beating the Nationals. I'm not impressed. The Nationals are terrible. The fact that you went 11-2, give Skip Schumacher also credit. They won the games they're supposed to win. You're supposed to kick the Nationals' ass. And that's exactly what you did. If you go 500 against the Nationals, you're not even in the race anymore. Skip Schumacher, man. That's our Cutter's Edge MVP of the night.
The MVP of the night is brought to you by CuttersEdgePro.com. Servicing HOAs, condominiums, townhomes, commercial properties, corporate parks, and malls throughout South Florida. CuttersEdgePro.com. Providing South Florida MVP performance every day of the year.
Smash the hell out of the like button and please watch. Lots of watch hours. Remember how you were doing helping us with the live channel? But unfortunately, YouTube has kind of derailed us to use that live channel for what we wanted to do. So we got to do the live show here, unfortunately. But what's very important for all of you is watch hours here. Watch as much as you can. So while you're hanging out in the house, put on an episode. Any episode of anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Put it on. Kickstart that episode, baby. Do us that favor, please. All right? So watch hours. Visit our amazing sponsors, too. Send in a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. Many ways. Hit the like button. So many ways to help us. Right now, we got 202 right now. Where are we at in the likes? We are at 110. 212 watching, 110. That means there's over 100 of you that haven't hit the like button. Think about that. Right now, we could go to 212 if everybody hit the like button. Think about that. That'd be pretty impressive, by the way, if that thing goes and it goes all the way to 212. But seriously, if you can, please hit the like button. It is very, very important. I never understand why people, it's like something like, no, you don't deserve the like button. You haven't earned it. It's too good for you. That kind of stuff. It's like, come on, man. You're on. You're watching. Hit that like button, baby. I do that every time. Everything that I watch on YouTube, I hit the like button, man. Always. Yes, sir.
You know what I realized too? The one thing we talked about before he came on the air.
What was that?
I was watching the YouTube feed.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't watching the ESPN feed.
Oh, okay.
So now that I forgot about that, they have both feeds. So
right.
And then also, No Doubt said that AJ was not smoking a cigar. I guess he said he was in and out, but when he was watching, he was not. So I don't know where that stands.
I just, there are things, and eventually they'll trim more stuff from his show that you can't say and all that. Wasn't it you that told me that they trimmed out a bunch of Crowder stuff from that show from NFL Inside the NFL?
Well, Crowder said, I know a
said
lot of my stuff is going to get trimmed out because every time I said something or I told a story, they would say break. So I have to believe that a lot of my stuff is going to hit the floor.
And by the way, my God, that show had no Crowder. Like, okay, so the most colorful dude on the set, and you're not using him? Like the guy with the best personality, and you're not using him? A bad show, bro. Bad show. Really bad. I'm sure they can't say that at QAM because Crowder's there. I'm sure they're all saying, oh, it's magnificent, it's fantastic, and they're lying to him. See, I wouldn't have lied to Crowder. I would have said, Crowder, bro, they didn't put enough of you. That show was weak. Sorry, bro. Got nothing but love for you, but the show was weak. Weak. Very weak. But I'll give it another week or two. I'll give it a chance to see if they can tweak it, and then I'll cut it out if it doesn't get any better in the next 2 weeks.
Instead of the need more cowbell, it's need more Crowder?
Yeah, they need a lot. Yes, they need a lot more cowbell. A lot more Crowder. Yes, definitely. What was that? What?
Is Cutler?
Yeah, Cutler's there. Just a guy.
Not even a guy. Like,
Yeah.
What did they see him like?
And Ocho Cinco tries too hard. You know what I mean? And it doesn't translate. It's not good. It wasn't a good show, bro. It wasn't a good show. If you give me more Crowder and Chris Long, I think you got a shot.
Yeah, but I think they're, like you said, they're trying to make it more corporate, I guess, looking or however you want to call it. And then,
yeah.
So now it's less than. Ow! Oh!
Hey, ask Furones because he's set for 4:30. Ask him if we can delay him till 5. No, because I know you. You have like 8 meetings and then you won't come back. So now I have you here, so hang out here, and I can move Furones. Oh, and there he is. Furones, answer your phone. They're gonna call you now, Furones. You don't? Okay. All right, there you go. They're going to call you, Furones. Por favor, help us there. There you go. Yeah. All right. He says 20, so 50. Okay. All right. So what's up, man? What's the word? How you feeling? Yeah.
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, yeah.
Feeling good?
Feeling pretty good,
Dolphins? Feeling good about the Dolphins?
Oh, so listen, you know how I just want to keep your viewers.
Did you get to talk to the wise guy this week?
Well, I did not. He called me this morning. I know, but
he got on a nice roll last year.
He had a great. I'm also in a fantasy league with him. A great draft last night, and he called me this morning, but I had like 47 meetings, and I haven't had a chance to call him back.
Are
I might
you sure
text
you're
him.
not Jim Cramering his ass, and you're saying he's got a great draft, and then he's going to lose all his players are all going to.
Okay,
have you seen Jim Cramer on CNBC? Oh, I'm investing in this company, and the company just bellies up right away.
If Jim Cramer's mentioning it and telling you to buy it, it's too late.
You got to go opposite.
It's too late.
You got to go opposite.
It's too late.
Already. It tells you, hey, buy IBM, sell all your IBM, bro. Okay, when whatever Jim Cramer tells you to do, go completely opposite of him. Okay, and then you're rich. By the way, so it's amazing how they give that guy a TV show and he's so wrong all the time.
Listen, I got something for you though. Last week you were broadcasting in front of $1 million.
Yeah, now we have $1 million.
Now something else for your. Now you have $1 million. Yeah, it's not no longer downstairs. So I don't know where it is.
No.
I'm doing a hell of a job here, right? I don't know. No, listen.
I know where it is.
We have something. It's not $1 million, but it's pretty cool. And we just ordered them about a month ago.
Okay.
They're supposed to come in October.
Okay.
The NFL slot machines. Licensed slot machines here at Hialeah Park are coming in October.
Okay.
Probably latter October because they're crazy. So a company by the name of Aristocrat, they made some gazillion-dollar deal with the NFL.
Do we have like a dolphin machine?
Yes, you can play your favorite team. So you go to the slot machine and you pick your team. So you pick the Dolphins.
Oh, so we got to do that.
So what we'll do is we'll try to when they get here, it will be about the 6th or 8th week of the season. We'll try to get you broadcast. Maybe we could do like a something close by that, and you can actually play it.
I can actually
play it.
I can actually play.
I can't set it so that you can win it. So
but will we be able to film me while I'm playing it? Because I know you guys are a little fishy about that stuff.
We can, but I got to tell the state, and I got to tell everybody.
Right.
Okay. You got to tell the world. I got to tell the world. But
No,
anyhow, NFL
dude,
slot
you whip out a
machine.
camera on the casino floor, and there's like 8 dudes on top of you. Okay, they're lifting you and taking you out of the building already. Yeah, exactly. So you be careful in the casinos.
So reality check now. Chargers and Dolphins.
That's right. Dolphins are going to win, baby.
They're 3 points. They're getting 3 points.
That means it's even.
Yeah, right. I understand because it's in Charger land, but wherever the hell that is, it kind of changes every year.
By the way, we're going to have as many fans as they do in that building.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. The
Chargers.
Chargers.
Well, they hate the owner. So a lot of the San Diego fans, they don't travel to Los Angeles.
Really?
So they don't, and Los Angeles doesn't care about the Chargers.
No.
So they don't have that. They don't have that love and that support. So it's a great team for the visitors. So whoever, there was a ton of Dolphin. There were more. I think there were more Dolphin fans and Charger fans in the last game.
Really?
I would not. Well, hey, let me tell you something, bro. At the Hall of Fame, outside of Cleveland, which of course it's in their stinking backyard.
Yeah.
We were the number 1 team there.
Really? Well, listen.
We outdrew the Jets. We outdrew the Cowboy fans. Both Jets and Cowboys had 2 people going into the Hall of Fame. Not one. Ooh.
Joe Klecko.
Yeah, so well deserved. It's about it's about goddamn time.
The sack exchange.
But he was the only guy that you knew.
Yeah.
Gastineau was kind of a clown, and yeah, he got some sacks, and Marty Lyons was a good player and all that stuff. But bro, you knew that Klecko was like
a real man too. A real man too. Temple,
like a freak.
Temple University.
Yeah, but a freak, like a guy that you knew. They don't make people like that much. That's the guy that threw everybody around. You never wanted to face Joe Klecko.
No, he's the real deal. And I'm glad he got it. That was awesome.
But it was ridiculous. What are we going to wait till he's dead?
No, that was sorry. That'd be horrible.
How many times we do that?
Yeah, that'd be
for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, for the pro football, basketball, whatever. We wait too long. And any of us that watched football, they ask you, Joe Klecko, Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer. There's no argument. There's no discussion. No question. No nothing.
I think it took too long for Zach Thomas too.
Yeah, no, I know, but I get the short crap that comes with it, and so the problem with overachievers is that you don't give them credit for being great.
Yeah, overachievers especially. Yeah.
Because then you call him an overachiever, and he's not an overachiever. He's great.
Yeah, he may have overachieved, but he happened to be great. He happens to be great. Yeah, he happens to be great too.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Drew Brees, he doesn't look like the other guys. It doesn't matter, bro. He's great. Period. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, we have these distinctions.
I know he doesn't look like Elway, and he doesn't have, the size of Kelly or Marino or whatever, but brother, he's a monster. He was a monster, and give him credit. And that's what Zach Thomas was. And that's our problem. When we see the people that we think overachieved their size or height, we don't tend to give them the credit for being what they are. Great. It's weird.
So listen, I'm thinking that The guy that's going to be great, the two guys that are going to be great this year is going to be Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I'm telling you, that's going to be fun to watch.
Oh, yeah,
that's going to be fun to watch. And so, and in fantasy world, Tyreek is like off. Some fantasy leagues he's a little bit off the mark, depending on how the league is
he's
designed.
like top 5 pick.
Yeah, he's a good one. I didn't get him.
Although I think Braxton Berrios is also going to have a field day. Tua's going to use him a lot.
I picked him my last pick.
I think.
I got him
Are you a touchdown league?
I'm in a touchdown league, and then the PP whatever. Yeah.
See, I don't know how big of a player he'll be in PPR.
Well, unfortunately, I got him
yards,
last. Yeah.
But in a touchdown league, I could see him being a vulture.
Yeah, I happened to get him in my. I got him in my not the touchdown league, the other league. So
I can see him in the red zone, and you're so worried about the two monsters.
They're going to sneak him across an 8-10 yard play, and
he'll find a hole. And he's one of those guys.
Yeah,
he's smart.
He's going to be fun to watch too.
He's going to be awesome in this offense.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Awesome.
So, what do you think about tonight's game? You got now. Think about it. It's a little tricky. You got. I think there's a lot of hype. I mean, I can't even believe I'm going to say these words. There's a lot of positive hype about the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, there should be.
They had a good year last year, an okay last year, and they're set up really well to do this year.
For them, that was a great year.
For them, yes, for them. I feel. You know why I root for the.
I do.
I root for them because I feel bad for them.
I just talked about this.
I really feel bad.
Lions fan. I said this. I talked about this earlier. Lions fans deserve good things.
It's actually the. The wise guy. The wise guy calling me right now.
See?
You can't make that
He's probably
up.
watching the show.
You can't make that up.
He's probably watching the show.
Send him a text. Your listeners are going to be pissed off at me because I'm not taking his call. And maybe he's got the good pick. And
tell him you're
I'll
on. Tell him you're on the air now, and to send you the picks.
I cannot believe that he was calling me. The wise guy was calling me. Yeah. He's one of those. Names that end in a syllable, ended a valve and has 7 syllables. It's one of those names. Yeah.
Well, send him a text there. While he sends him the text, let me tell you a little bit about Baptist Health of South Florida. Make sure you call the great people at Baptist Health, a brand new sponsor of ours. And let me tell you, folks, you don't need to be a professional athlete to go where the pros go. The doctors at Baptist Health Orthopedic Care can now see you. Visit BaptistHealth.net/ortho to request an appointment and get yourself back in the game. And listen, our family is big on Baptist Health. My daughter was born there. My wife fixed her jaw there when an MTA bus drove her off the road and she hit her face into one of those concrete, those yeah, dude, those things are on the side. Yeah, she busted her jaw. She fixed it there at Baptist Health. I got my 5 stents in my heart at Baptist Health. I got my colonoscopy at Baptist Health recently. All of that. So Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, led by renowned Chief Medical Executive John Uribe, combines its resources and experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic foot and ankle and trauma and joint replacement, spine, hand, and sports medicine care. Visit BaptistHealth.net/ortho for more information. In fact, my daughter broke her finger, and we had to take her there also to Baptist Health. So call the great people at Baptist Health. All right.
So I put the text message into the wise guy. Let's see what happens. But you mentioned stent.
Okay.
You mentioned stent, and look, it's a lifesaver, right? I mean, it's keeping you
5
alive.
of them.
Keeping you alive, right?
Right.
So I hate to talk medical on a sports show, but they put a stent in my. I only have 1 kidney. So they needed a stent when I did all this operation from my kidney to my bladder.
Okay.
Right. So I'm telling people, I'm saying, this is how naive people are, myself at least. I'm saying, oh yeah, I had a stent. It's temporary. It's only in there for a month, and it's like 3-4 inch, 2-3 inch stent or something like that. I don't really know, right? So then last Wednesday they had to take it out. No anesthesia, no, nothing. Just come in, and they kind of go in.
Fish it out.
They go in the front door. It's the real front door, right? I'm going to just show you a picture. I know this is tough if you can't, but the piece of paper to the left is 8.5 inches wide. That baby came out the front door. Wow. That's okay. It's okay. Listen, it's a public service announcement. Go get tested get your PSA tested for your prostate. Believe me, because you don't want that. You don't want that coming out your front door. I mean, when that came out, she goes, "You want to see it?" I said, "Let me just get my crap together here. I think I'm going to faint in the next couple of minutes." And then about 10 minutes later, I say, "I got to take a picture of this because none of my buddies are going to believe it." I showed like 10 guys. 2 guys almost passed out.
Yeah.
I said they took it out of me. I almost passed out too. But I'm just telling you to pass out. But believe me, back to Baptist Health.
It's a weird feeling, by the way, because I had that. When they had to put the stent in my heart, first they have to go search to see and put the camera. So they go in the vein, and then they go right through your shoulder and through your chest.
Are you knocked out?
No, I was awake.
And they're talking to you like,
and
we're in your bladder.
No.
Where are they? Like what?
And the doctor freaked out because he goes, "You're the most sensitive person I've never seen anybody like." The second I felt it right away. He goes, "Normally nobody feels it until we get to the heart."
I don't know if he was telling you the truth on that one.
And I was like, "Are you out of your mind?"
He's shaming you into being calm.
I go, "Are you out of your mind, bro?" I feel it right from the second. It's the weirdest thing, dude. That you're like, you're holy crap, dude.
Listen, thank God for Baptist Health, and thank God I went to University of Florida Shands Hospital, and thank God for these people because they do a great job. They've saved your life. They may have, God forbid, they may have saved mine.
Save mine for sure. My chest was like feeling like it was about to explode.
But they are a little. It is a little weird when they're talking to you and they're saying stuff like, "Oh, we're in your bladder now," and now, right? So we see the kidney. And I'm like, and I'm like starting to sweat. I'm gonna faint. I'm like, what is this girl talking to me? But here's where it gets weird.
You're gonna play-by-play.
She goes, "Yes, I'm getting the play-by-play for 2 minutes." And then she says to me, "Okay, let's see if we can find this stent." I'm like, "Wait a second, I thought you knew where it was. Like, were you just going in there haphazard?" And then she does this. I get about 5 hms, and at the 5th I'm starting to I'm gonna just stop. Right?
You lost it.
Then she says, "Oh, there it is." Right now, she says, "Oh, there it is." Now she's been given a play-by-play for 3 minutes. Right? Every 10 seconds she's talking. Now there's like 30 seconds of silence. And then all of a sudden, I guess, I don't know this, I learned this afterwards, it starts, she pulls it out. And I'm like, holy muck. Like, I didn't say that. I can't, I choose not to curse, but I actually cursed. I was like, what, are you out of your mind? Like, what just happened in the last 15 seconds? And she goes, "Oh, there it is. It's all out."
Yeah.
I'm like, holy, thank God for them. Thank God for Baptist Health. Thank God for University of Florida, Shands Cancer Hospital. Thank God. They're all great, but it's bizarro world.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bizarro world. But back to the Chiefs and the Lions.
Yes.
Who do you like tonight?
I'm taking Lions plus points.
Wow. So I like that
they're missing Kelsey and Chris Jones. And I think Chris Jones is the ultimate difference maker on defense. So if you don't pressure their offense was pretty good last year. So I have that's why the 4.5. I think if the Lions lose this game, it's going to be like a 1 or 2.
So I was researching at the Caesars book. You can get 6.5.
I'm definitely taking the Lions.
If you can get on the Caesars.
That's where
book.
It was before the injury. It went to 4.5 after the injury.
I was talking to our marketing guy. He was reading it from the phone this morning.
Yeah.
He goes, "I don't understand why everybody's 4.5 and they were 6.5. Maybe they haven't updated.
They haven't updated because the Kelsey injury brought it from 6.5 to 4.5. Because it was.
Wow. Yeah. So I didn't know about Kelsey's injury.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So I was all about the Chiefs. But what about the over-under? 53.5.
I can see that.
I'm all about the over.
Yeah.
I'm all about the over, right?
I'm good with it. I'm good with again, you don't have Chris Jones. So you're going to score more points on them. So
and both teams are high power. I think I
like that one.
I think I lay off the game and I take the over and let them score be 40-30 and good luck.
I agree. That's the better.
Let's have a great night tonight.
That's the better bet. That's the better bet.
So that's that. Now
I'm not big on either one, but if I had to lean, I'm taking the points.
Yeah, I'm going the over. I'm going the over 50.
I like the over.
And I need some advice from you. Dolphins game.
Well, by the way, Pat in Nashville says, tell Steve that I just finished watching The Sopranos and learned some things. I'll be down there next week to pick up my kick.
Well, just so you know, in Sopranos, they go to Pizza Time.
Yes.
It's a pizzeria in North Arlington.
Right.
It might be in Kearney. My father's from North Arlington. I've been to Pizza Time. And the whole thing, I haven't really watched Sopranos. I kind of just lived in that region long enough. Like when you see the turnpike signs, like.
But you haven't really watched the show?
I've only watched about.
Are you allowed back in New Jersey by saying that?
I've lived the show. I don't really haven't watched it.
I don't know if you're allowed back in Jersey if you haven't watched Sopranos.
I've watched about 10 or 20 episodes.
I think they're bada binging your ass out of the state.
Bing. I've been to Pizza Time. I've been on the turnpike when they have those signs of like I literally worked like within a half mile of that turnpike sign there. So I don't
think it's allowed in Jersey anymore.
I'm going to binge watch it one day. There'll be a day. Well,
it'll be several days.
It'll be several days. Yeah, it'll be several days.
It's like 6 or 7 seasons.
Yeah, it'll be several days.
Days.
Yes, but
I'm shocked you haven't seen it. That's such a great show.
It's
it went a little bit. It went a little bit awry starting in the 5th season, but leading up to that 5th season.
Wait, you're gonna.
My God,
you're gonna lose
so
it.
Awesome.
You're gonna lose it when you hear this. I was at Trump Plaza, and a guy that works for me, Mike Devine, great guy. He calls me up. He says, "You got to come upstairs. You're gonna have dinner with me at the Italian restaurant with a friend of yours." Who's that? Maybe somebody's school or something like that. I walk up, James Gandolfino. This is about
really?
I don't know, 15 years. It's a couple years before he passed, and nicest guy in the world. I got a nice picture, of James,
Really?
and he autographed Steve. And
you lied the shit
I didn't
out of
lie
you.
to him. No,
you lied.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you were great at Sopranos, James.
No, I didn't. I
you
swear
were
to God,
fantastic.
I didn't. I swear to God, he was like, he goes, I don't. He even said to me, he goes, I don't know if I should give you this picture because he had a picture rolled up, autographed, and then we took a picture. He goes, because I told him, I said, James, I'm sorry, but I've only seen at that time. I've seen like 2 episodes. There was probably 30 at that point, and he was like, a little bit. He was cool about it. He was actually breaking my stones. He was actually pretty cool.
I bet you he admired that you actually told him the truth.
I told him I was afraid he'd start talking about something. I wouldn't know what he was talking about. So he was actually. He was actually a really nice guy. He was very pleasant. He was somewhat soft-spoken, really calm guy. But anyhow, that being said. Tell your viewers and everybody out there, please come out to Hialeah Park. We don't have the million on display anymore.
No, but the loosest slots are here.
We have the loosest slots.
That's right.
In October, we're going to start winning. I kind of lost out. We're going to give a car away.
Oh,
okay.
Nice.
So listen.
Alfa Romero.
No.
Chevy truck.
No.
You've given away. There's one more vehicle, right? A BMW, was it?
No. This is a weird one.
What
my staff, I was being a good manager and let the staff pick it.
Oh, I like this
sound. No, it's not that. I don't know. I wanted to. I'm going to tell you what I wanted. Yeah. I wanted the Mach-E Mustang, right? I wanted that one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and we're going to do that after this one.
Okay.
But they wanted a full-size Bronco. A full-size Bronco.
Is OJ coming here to try to win it?
No, I don't know. They were all about the Bronco. Oh, the Bronco. The customers want the Bronco. I said, all right, we'll do the Bronco.
Maybe they're OJ fans in
they
your
could
office.
Be. Yeah, they're a little young, so I don't know if they even know OJ.
Oh, okay. Right.
They wouldn't know OJ, but
Bronco,
a full-size Bronco, not the small one. They had the small one for those.
Right.
And so we're going.
So the month of October, come out and play the games and get
October and a little into November too. So
there you go.
And then after that, we'll do a nice electric Mustang.
Okay.
Next thing, we're all ready for that. Oh, see, he likes the Bronco. You see, the Bronco has some appeal.
Oh yeah, for
it has
sure.
some appeal. The hardworking guy. This guy needs some space.
He needs a new SUV. So
he needs some space to store stuff. I mean, it's weird, but it's a pretty cool car.
I mean, I got the million. You should get the Bronco.
Yeah. That seems fair. I
think that's even.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
I kept all the eyes on me.
Right, exactly. So,
all right. Well, on that note,
all right, you going with Dolphins or
so I like
Chargers?
the Dolphins. I'm taking the points in Dolphins. To me, it's a no-brainer. What about the over/under? What are you thinking? Over/under is 51.
I'm not touching it.
Yeah, I think it's under.
But I love the Dolphins in this game.
I'm
taking the points.
I like the Dolphins and
under.
I'm going
to tell you something. I'm taking the money line. The Dolphins are winning this game.
I think it's. I'm going to go Dolphins.
I'm taking the points and the money line.
I'm taking the Dolphins and the points and under. And I'm not betting the Chiefs and the Lions. I'm going to go with just the over.
I like that. I like that bet actually.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the over, and I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to sit there. And tonight, I'm going to some other casino, a little small place up the road, and that's where their first delivery is coming, where I get to see them in the warehouse, the NFL slot machines. So it's a little bit. So it's a business dinner tonight.
Okay.
And then a business watching the game.
Okay.
And God knows when the hell I get home.
Okay.
So enjoy, guys. Take
All right,
care.
baby. You be good.
Tell
Thank you,
everybody
Steve.
in the big old world, Hialeah Park says hello and good luck.
Appreciate you, my brother.
All righty.
There you go. The great Hialeah Park. That is Steve Calabro, baby, running it right here. And you got it now. Now you got an opportunity to win a Bronco starting in October into November. So we're going to give that away. So come on out here and join us on Thursdays out here, man. A bunch of you, as always, come on out here. Appreciate you all out there. And thanks to Steve and Frank Fiore, all the great people, and Mr. Brunetti, as always, great sponsors and great supporters of our program and our platform. We really appreciate it. Maybe I should give my students a grade to watch your show, but unfortunately, I think they would be a bad idea since I want to keep my private life private. We're ready to go? All right, let's do it. It is time to talk a little Miami Dolphins with David Furones and our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report.
No platform is more dedicated to the Miami Dolphins than this one. Let's get the latest for the Miami Dolphins nation with our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report with David Furones.
And ready to go. How you doing, David? How you feeling, my man?
I'm doing well. I love it. I got a whole intro now set up, and not with Alan Poupart showing up and with the Expos hat and all. It's my own personalized one.
That's
I love
it.
to see it.
That's it, bro. We got rid of the Canadians, eh? So yeah. So no more Montreal Expos hat for now, at least. With Poop. What did you read into the injuries? Because man, I still think Teron Armstead's going to be playing when it's all said and done. But what's your gut tell you?
Okay, you do. And the only other thing I wanted to say was I loved hearing that last segment. I'm a huge Sopranos fan. I don't know if you know that about me, so
Okay.
I love catching all that in there. I don't know. Teron Armstead has now missed 2 consecutive practices, and I know he has a history where he's able to go ahead and come back and play even when he misses even an entire week of practice or just gets limited rep in one of the 3 days leading up to a game. But I think it's a different story when you're actually coming back from something. He did suffer a serious ankle injury in that second joint practice in Houston. So now when he's actually got to come back from seriously missing time, instead of just week to week, keeping himself available and missing practice to just keep himself fresh for another game day. So I see it differently. I feel I'm legitimately concerned about Armstead's availability for this game.
So you think he's going to miss, huh? Okay.
Yeah. After missing a Wednesday and Thursday, hasn't practiced since he hurt that ankle. I know.
Are you sure? Are you sure after they kick your asses out after the first 20 minutes?
Oh,
you
yeah. Well,
sure he might not have gone out there for a couple of reps just so nobody can see? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, they do have to accurately report it in an injury report that has yet to be revealed yet at this late hour, 4:55 p.m. on the East Coast. I think when the opponent is on the West Coast, they try to conceal it as long as possible because the Chargers are coming in with their injury report later. So, yesterday it came out at 5. Usually it's 4 p.m. for an East Coast team. So we're still waiting on the official word. But from the media viewing portion, we did not see Teron Armstead.
Right, and that's the problem there. It's the media portion of it, and that's the part that we don't know. Isaiah Wynn going to be the left guard?
I've got Isaiah Wynn as the left guard. I know the Dolphins are holding it so tight to the vest. I feel like it might be the worst kept secret, but that's who I have.
I agree.
Right.
I mean, he played the last 2 games, bro. The other guy's been out. He wasn't very good. Why would you bring Eichenberg after all the injuries and all that? And he hasn't played well. You would now insert him into the starting lineup when Isaiah Wynn actually did a decent job in the last 2 outings? Yeah, no, no, it doesn't make any sense.
I think from the Dolphins' perspective, they just want to give the Chargers as many players to game plan for. I feel Mike McDaniel really prioritizes that and wants to keep the opponent guessing as much as possible. But I think probably on the other coast, they are thinking the same thing. I think they also know who's going to be starting and feel that way, have that belief after seeing Isaiah Wynn in the preseason. And like you said, actually running well. I mean, the run game was churning behind him, and I would feel much more comfortable with Isaiah Wynn, seeing him when we first see that offensive line line up in pregame warmups at SoFi Stadium, and us reporters, we get that first tweet that we see the first team offensive line line up. That's who I would expect to see at left guard.
What'd you think of Tua yesterday? Because it seemed like the questions were people were dying to kind of ask him about, being grateful again to be able to play a whole season and all that kind of stuff. And I know somebody asked him about, you're happy about being back on the field again, and he spun it and didn't bite and said, yeah, no, as a team, we're all looking forward to it and all that kind of stuff. And then the other part that there was another part that he downplayed also. He wasn't biting yesterday on most of the questions and the dramatic side of it, of the concussions and playing again and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, he came in prepped. He knew a lot of these questions were going to be coming, and he was spinning it away. And he also is a guy that likes to divert attention away from himself. He's always about the team. So when you ask him something specifically about how he's feeling going into something, he'll always turn it into, well, I think the team as a whole is really excited, and we love to see a week one, talking about growing up as fans watching this and now getting to play. So, yeah, from that perspective. And then also there were the certain highlights like him and the Justin Herbert comparison. He actually it was interesting that to admit that he fans over Justin Herbert sometimes, and his arm strength, and really admitting, yeah, they're two different quarterbacks. Just go ahead and put that out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool to see.
Yeah. Listen, man, Lamar Jackson and Warren Moon are two completely different quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of the way it is. It doesn't mean that you're going to be a lesser quarterback just because you play differently. You could be Jeff George and have one of the best arms in the history of the game, and yet Drew Brees is got, half your talent, and he's way better than you are, and he can't throw it as far as you. He can't throw it as hard as you, that kind of stuff. So to me, that's the interesting part. I think that too many people get caught up, like Sean Merriman. I kind of called his ass out on Twitter too, because it's like, well, yeah, no, Tua admits that he's not a Justin Herbert. Well, yeah, of course, but that doesn't mean he can't be a better quarterback than Justin Herbert. It's just he's not athletically more gifted than Justin Herbert. That's where it ends. Outside of that, the comparison still to who's going to be the better quarterback, that's still on the table to find out.
Sure, yeah. You play to your strengths as a quarterback. We've seen the Drew Breeses of the world do it. Russell Wilson do it also as a shorter quarterback as well. So, Tua's not going to air it out and throw the 65-yard bombs that Justin Herbert might be able to throw in the air down the sideline. But he's going to beat you in his own way. And he's coming off a strong season, and assuming he can stay healthy, then and he's taken all the measures in order to do so. When you consider the weight training, the jiu-jitsu to help him fall in more advantageous positions and not hurt himself, and the new helmet, then all these factors, you add them up and can help him stay on the field and healthy. And then that's what the Dolphins ultimately want. So you can get a full 17-game regular season slate, see him expand on the 25 touchdown, 8 interception, 105.5 passer rating that he already had in 13 games, 12 and a half games.
Yep. And by the way, it's 5:00. I have not seen a injury report come across the table. Sean is looking at it. I got the email here. I'm looking to see where is it, Miami Dolphins? Where is it? And the fact that you're holding out this long kind of tells me you're afraid to tell him that Teron Armstead's not that, he's going to play or something. I don't know. But anyway.
Got my phone at the ready. We might have breaking news on the segment.
Yeah, let's hope so. In this game, right away, we get to kind of measure who Mike McDaniel and Tua are. Why? Because I think, while Tua did not play well against Los Angeles, he was terrible. I still blame more of it on Mike McDaniel, who I thought did not do a good job of adjusting
to what the Chargers were doing last year. And as a coach, I thought you kind of failed your offense in a way, kind of like what happened on 4th down against the Bills, last year when you weren't ready in the playoffs. So to me, how much of this is a test to see how Mike McDaniel responds after getting schooled, and also Tua for not playing well against this Chargers defense?
Absolutely. And McDaniel didn't make the in-game adjustments that Sunday night game last year. Now he's had 9 months to make these adjustments. And some of the moves he's made on his coaching staff probably reflect some of what he wants to do. I mean, we know he wanted Vic Fangio from the second he arrived in Miami, but that wasn't really going to happen when he was brand new around here. But then he gets Vic Fangio, who is sort of the lead guy in this style of defense. And then Brandon Staley, an understudy of Fangio, has gone and run with, and several others across the league. So you see it in that hire, and you see it in now bringing in Ronaldo Hill, who was defensive coordinator of the Chargers last year, and now he's a defensive backs coach. He's right under Vic Fangio on the defensive side of the coaching staff, and he's actually been helping Tua mention that just yesterday that he's had communication with Ronaldo Hill when I asked him about that this week. So, well, Fangio, though, he's sticking to defense. He said today that he hasn't been too much involved the way he was with the Eagles right before he took the Dolphins job in the Super Bowl. He had that 2-week gig where he actually helped the Eagles offense prepare for the Chiefs defense. But here, he is focusing on a tall task in its own right in stopping this high-powered Chargers offense.
Yeah, I'm sure Ronaldo Hill has been in those offensive meetings with McDaniel on sharing some stuff along the way. What is, if you're telling Dolphin fans, what is the biggest concern for the team facing the Chargers on Sunday? What would it be?
Oh, I got to say the Dolphins tackles against the Chargers edge rushers. So when you're looking at Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack on the edge, and then if Teron Armstead isn't playing, and then you got to go to your backup Kendall Lamb, and then you got Austin Jackson at right tackle, then that would be the biggest thing I point to. And maybe they get more of Durham Smythe helping out on one side in blocking and pass protection, or running back, get some other help, get some quick throws going, some screens, something to get the ball out of Tua's hands quickly if those edge guys are winning those matchups consistently.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I'm really amazed with Austin Jackson because he has shown, like, when he comes to the podium and he talks to everybody, he does not show 1 ounce of failure ever. And the struggles that he's gone through or injuries the last couple of years, his attitude is impeccable. I'm really impressed with the way he kind of reprograms himself and is able and is, obviously. From last year, he was looking forward to the season, and he was actually doing pretty good in training camp and in the early part of the preseason before that high ankle injury. So I wonder if that confidence kind of rolled over throughout the entire season, even though he had to deal with the ankle injuries. But when you see him, he lacks no confidence, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, you do love to see that. And that's the thing. He didn't see himself fail in 2022. It was injuries that really kept him off the field, and that's why we didn't get to either see if he made the strides either. But so it wasn't like the 2020 and 2021 seasons where, he had his opportunities, and we saw the very uneven up and down, a lot of down play that we saw from him last year. We just didn't get to see it because he was injured. So he doesn't have a reason, if you will, to lose that confidence building that he had built up into 2022 and then now going into this year. It was just a matter of injury, and then now if he's healthy from it, he can carry on that same approach.
Yeah, I mean, it's really impressive to see his attitude. I think it's absolutely fantastic to watch the way he carries himself. You look at the challenge for Vic Fangio. All right, what's his biggest challenge going up against that Charger offense?
Yeah, a lot of things. When you have Justin Herbert throwing to guys like Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and
but you don't fear the running game, right? As much.
No,
right?
no, not the running. Okay. Well, because Austin Eckler is more dynamic, more dangerous in the passing game. So it's also defending him out of the backfield, making sure you have him in coverage. So the combination of if it's Jerome Baker and David Long, David Long is a guy that he's not only running hit, but you also want to see him maybe in some coverage situations. This is a big test right here going against Eckler. And then the size that the receivers have on the outside, where all these guys between Allen, Williams, Josh Palmer, the kid out of St. Thomas Aquinas, who has been good for them when the other guys have been injured. And then they just drafted Quentin Johnston out of TCU in the first round. These guys are all 6'1" through 6'4", with two of them up at 6'4", long arms. And sometimes even when you scheme it up right with the right coverage, and those bigger receivers can just go up and get a ball over a guy. So between Xavier Howard, Kader Kohou, if it's Eli Apple, which seems like Vic Fangio has a little more trust in Eli Apple at this point than Cam Smith. Maybe Cam Smith can he'll probably still see the field. Fangio said he'll like to get him in some packages as well, but right now Apple would be ahead of him there. But these guys are going to have their work cut out for them against those bigger targets.
Well, how do you think that playing time is going to break down between Cam and Eli Apple?
See, between the two in packages where at least one of them is on the field, where they're a nickel, let's say. If it's base defense, then probably X and Cater for the most part. But I would say if I had to guess, maybe Cater or Apple gets 70 to 80% of those, to the 20 to 30 on snaps the other way. If Fangio's trying to get Cam Smith in there, I think he just has a lot more trust in Apple right now. And then Cam Smith, while he has looked impressive a lot of times and through training camp, you see a lot of the pass breakups throughout camp in team drills. Then you also see the preseason touchdown that he gave on the double move. That's something concerning. And Fangio has said sometimes he's not always in the right spot. So I think that's probably more of the mental side of the game that Smith still has to get going. And then the more he maybe gets some reps and figures out the defense and the scheme, he can get into that right position more often.
What happens at tight end?
At tight end, I mean, Durham Smythe will get the lion's share for sure. Is that what you're asking? Or
yeah, because I really like Julian Hill, bro.
I do too.
I'm hoping they figure out a way to. I know he's young. That's the problem. How much does he know the playbook? Does he, like the Braylon Sanders thing from last year, where he runs the wrong route and Tua throws him a touchdown that if he would have kept running, he probably would have had a chance at a touchdown, and he runs the wrong route. And so you wonder about those kind of things. Where is he mentally with the offense? Because as a two-way tight end, I don't know how good he'll be as a blocker. I'm sure it's not better than Smythe yet. But as a pass catcher, I really liked him, and I thought he brought something to the table that they didn't have.
Yeah, and he's a big red zone target where an offense that's now missing Mike Gesicki.
Exactly.
6'4" guy like him. He looked really impressive throughout camp in red zone. Bigger body that Tua can throw to in those circumstances where you don't have a lot of those on this roster now without Gesicki. So, yeah, I see him there. And then, when I talked to him after he made the team, then, yeah, he mentioned that the physicality he played with is something that tight ends coach John Embry and a lot of the coaching staff really likes in his style of play. So whether that's physicality and going up and making a catch, probably some in the blocking aspects of the tight end position as well, which is a must. It's an absolute prerequisite for John Embry to impress him. You have to be able to block. Probably says a lot about why Gesicki wasn't seeing the field that much last year. So, I really like Hill, and I love his story too, which I wrote about last week when he made the team, and how he had a quick stint with homelessness with one of his parents, and was going around house to house. That actually ended up being how he got introduced to football, was his adopted parents getting him on a team. He showed up to on the wrong day, had another youth coach and then it all just started from there to really get his career going. And then even going through a smaller school, Campbell, to then now making a 53-man roster. It's been an impressive run. So, yeah, you love to see those type of guys make that kind of a jump.
All right, so what's the prediction? What happens on Sunday, David Furones of the South Florida Sun Sentinel?
Hey, I'm with you. A lot of other people, especially within my own paper, are going against the Dolphins, but I've got the Dolphins winning 27-23 is the official prediction I put down.
I'm taking them in the money line, and I'm taking the points.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think they're going to win this game, and I'm counting on I'm counting on McDaniel to bounce back as a coach. Obviously, Tua will bounce back because if McDaniel can scheme it right, then Tua will execute it. But I also think the running game is going to be a big part of this, and I'm interested and very intrigued to see the commitment to the running game by Mike McDaniel, a guy that's been known as a run guy and a run coordinator, did not commit to the run like he should have last year. This year, I think they're better overall. I think they'll have a better line, and I think they're deeper at running back now because I really like Chris Brooks. So I'm expecting some ball control, keep Herbert off the field, and force him into a mistake or two. And I like Miami in this one, man.
Yes, I'm looking for the adjustments that McDaniel makes coming off last year.
Very important.
Commitment to the run game. And then also just I don't see SoFi Stadium as a very intimidating road environment. I don't consider it a road game. And it's also easier going east to west, although it's still a long travel. But, I mean, when you go back in time, if you will, and it's not like a 10 a.m. start for a West Coast team coming on the East Coast. It's the opposite. You're playing later. Then it's not as big of an adjustment.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I'm looking forward to it, and we will talk post-game as David Furones will be joining us throughout the season with our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report, our post-game report with David Furones all throughout the season, home or away. David, safe travels, my friend. We will talk fresh from the locker room on Sunday night. Thank you.
Sounds good.
You got it. There you go, David Furones. And our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report.
You've been listening to the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report with David Furones from the Sun Sentinel. For additions, home remodeling, and custom work, call Eric at 305-433-4843. EJDconstruction.com is the custom home builder and general contractor you can trust. 305-433-4843.
All right. Don't forget, folks, Sloman's Home Shield, a proud sponsor of our program, and we are going to give you a free doorbell camera. We do it every year with Sloman's, folks, and lots of our listeners over the first couple of years have gotten their free doorbell camera. All you got to do is call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That doorbell camera will become your best friend. It will tell you who's at the door. It will tell you if somebody's delivering something. It will tell you if somebody is selling something and you don't want to talk to them, and you don't even have to go to the door. It's a beautiful thing. Sometimes you're headed home. This has happened to me, and I ordered something, like some food, and I wanted to get there, and the person gets there just before I do, and they ring the doorbell. Boom. I get my phone because it's right there on my doorbell camera, and I tell the delivery person, please leave it there. I'll be there in a minute. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. And there you go. The doorbell camera is amazing. You want a free doorbell camera? Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. They've been protecting Americans for over 100 years, folks. And when you call Sloman's Home Security at 1-800-ALARM-ME and you use our professional installation and our low-cost central station monitoring, you're going to get a motion detector, 3 arm doors, and a backup battery. All you got to do is call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. We're in 14 different states across the country. We could be in yours, in Florida, in California, Georgia, Virginia, Maryland, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, so many different places. Please call them, 1-800-ALARM-ME. All right. We need the Orange Bowl back. That's not going to come back. So I'm not exactly sure why that is continually brought up by people. Do you know they built a new stadium already? I'm not sure. Yeah, they built a new stadium. They built a baseball stadium, Sean. Yeah, no, we need the Orange Bowl back. We got to build the Orange Bowl. Well, that's not happening. Onward. Let's go. Move forward. Anyway. Austin Jackson versus Joey Bosa. That is, let me tell you something. When we talk about matchups and you talk about Tua against their defense and McDaniel against their defense, and we could talk about all kinds of Keenan Allen and Mike Williams up against X, and whether it's Cam or Eli Apple, these are all very important ones. linebackers having to pick up Austin Eckler coming out of the backfield. There's a lot of important matchups, but Austin Jackson and Joey Bosa, I'm not sure there's a more important matchup than that one, because that is Tua's blind side. That is a person that can change the complexion of an entire game. And Austin Jackson, here's the flip side of all of this. What happens if Austin Jackson really turns the corner? I don't know if a lot of the people in the Dolphin Nation are ready for Austin Jackson to be an ass kicker. They kind of would be shocked. Why? Because we're so used to picking on Austin Jackson. We're so used to talking about his failures. We're so used to talking about him not getting it done, even though last year wasn't really a failure at all. It was really just injuries. He never really got an opportunity to prove that he had gotten better. He feels he's better. He feels like physically he's better, and he does look it. But that's the part I love, like, the Peter King prediction the other day and all that, which happens to a lot of people. Some of our local writers pull the same crap, and they start with a negative attitude right from the get-go. And their entire attitude is based on the negative. And it's really easy to think that Austin Jackson could struggle, could fail. But what about if he succeeds? Is that possible? Are you allowed to think that? I'm not telling you he is, but what I'm telling you is, what if he does succeed? Think about what that will mean for him. Because after all the work you've put in, and you feel you've gotten that work out, and you feel you're a better player, you're better prepared, you can't wait for this season, you can't wait to take on the Chargers, and he shows zero lack of confidence. It's all confidence. What if Austin Jackson goes out there and has a good year? What if he does play well against Joey Bosa? It's the part that sucks. A lot of people won't believe him. They'll think he got lucky for 1 week. I know I need to see him for a couple more weeks, which, by the way, is fair. But I just wanted to throw it out there because it's too easy to think about him failing because things haven't gone well for the young man. He hasn't played well or he got injured. So it's all been bad news for the guy, the poor guy. I feel bad for him in a sense. But there is that glimmer of hope that if he does go out there and he plays well and he doesn't allow a sack of Joey Bosa, I think a lot of us are going to start feeling a lot better about Austin Jackson, and especially Chris Grier, because he really needs to hit on one of those two guys, Austin Jackson and Leon. I mean, he's done a great job overall of drafting, right? But he hit on Hunt and not the other guys. Although Robert Jones did a good job last year and they found Brandon Shell. So, they find other guys. But if they could get one of those two to actually get it done, that'll be huge, bro. Huge. Because then you've hit on two of your three linemen. That would be absolutely phenomenal. I'm just saying, leave your mind open to the chance that maybe Austin Jackson figured it out. Maybe the right coaching and the right scheme, and then him being in shape and everything. Not that he was an out-of-shape guy or anything, but you could tell like he's in really good football shape. You could tell that he's worked on his body, too, in the process. Just give it a chance. Go in with an open mind on Sunday. Hopefully, we'll be pleasantly surprised by Austin Jackson. Hopefully, we won't be depressed because it's kind of what we're expecting almost. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks that we think that way. But this is why I say, go in with an open mind and give it a chance, because maybe he turns the corner. And that would be so amazing. Big O, is that a Better Than Ezra shirt? Of course it is, sir. I saw them. It was Bare Naked Ladies. It was Better Than Ezra. And Katie Tunstall. And Katie Tunstall, I did not know much about her, but she is very talented. Very, very talented. A one-woman band. It was impressive. She was playing multiple instruments. But Better Than Ezra, for me, was excellent, dude. It's the only time I've ever seen Better Than Ezra live, and I was pissed that I had not seen them before. And if you've never seen Better Than Ezra, they're a New Orleans band. Really, really good. Good, actually. Good. That's their famous hit. But yeah, really enjoyed it, man. And I saw them in Coney Island. Creeper and I, my buddy, we took the subway from the city out to Coney Island. I had a hot dog there, no problem. Hey, man, that's the right place to have a hot dog, right? You go to Coney Island, you got to have a hot dog. I may not like the hot dog eating contest because it's kind of gross. You got to have a dog when you're there at Coney Island. It was good. Not only did I have a dog when I got there, before I left, I also had a Wahlburger. You ever had a Wahlburger? Very good. In Boston. Well, there you go. That's where they originated because obviously they didn't. He didn't build the first one there. The Bostonians did not build one in Boston first.
Well, no, it was in their hometown. I forget where that actually is.
Oh, it's kind of somewhere
it's outside.
in Boston.
Yeah, then they built the one by Fenway. That's the one.
It's like Coral Gables to Miami or some shit, right?
I guess I don't know the whole town, but it was
okay.
because they built the Wahlburgers there, and then they built the Mom's restaurant also there, Alma.
Right. So there you go. So yeah. So I had a Wahlburger on the way out. That was a good day, man. It's a really good day. Got the concert, got to hang out at Coney Island, ate a hot dog at Coney Island because you have to eat a hot dog. And then I had a Wahlburger. And I bought also a Warriors shirt because next to Wahlburger, there's a souvenir shop, Coney Island, all that. But they have a section that's just Warriors. So it's all stuff with Warriors logos on it, jackets and shirts and sweaters and hats and all kinds of stuff. So I am a Warriors freak. I love that movie. I think I've seen that movie about 210 times. I think I know every word of every scene in that movie, put it that way. That's how much I love that movie. And so I had to buy some Warriors stuff while I was there. Did you know that Mercury Morris started his career with the Dolphins and finished his career with the Chargers? Strange, but true. John Rouse is in the house. I didn't remember McMahon wearing glasses during a game. McMahon, like who? Jim McMahon? Yeah. I remember Jim McMahon with glasses. I don't know if that's the McMahon he was talking about. What do you got?
Yeah, I think it is. But Chris Jones.
Yes.
He's passing out Big Macs at the Ronald McDonald House tonight.
Okay.
To the kids and the families there. So that's what he's doing on tonight instead of being in Kansas City.
Love myself some Big Mac. God. Special sauce puts it over the top. What's that special sauce? It's like Thousand Islands and something else.
Thousand Island mayonnaise, isn't there something?
I have
like
no
something
idea.
mixed with.
I don't know.
Island.
You McDonald's people out there, you want to tell me what it is? Somebody
McDonald's got, but I still don't know what that. I'm not that. I just eat it.
They probably it already comes made, right? Is that what it is?
Well, I believe what they do is it's Thousand Island dressing, like you said, and then they just mix it with something else, and then that way they can. Because I don't know if they can just throw Thousand Island on there and then call it special sauce. So they have to do
it's
something.
got to be something. Yeah, it's got to be something. McDaniel going to be implementing max protection on the right side, putting an extra tight end or fullback over there to help out AJ out. Maybe, maybe not. You never know, dude. He should have worn some glasses in 85 to see how Marino dissected his Bears defense for their only loss that year. Yeah, but he still got the last laugh because he won the Super Bowl. The sad part is where he's at now. His health state. That's bad. Finns will unleash Tua, the fearless, maniacal Yorkie. Go Finns. Win. David, nice job by you bringing the Yorkie full circle. I love it. You can tell David is a hardcore listener to the show. And Frank V, you are right. The Dolphins are winning the game. Austin needs to spray holy water and have a rosary inside his uniform and recite the Blessed Mary before every game. That, or he could crop dust him when the snap of the ball. He just turns around and just fires away like the guy did in the plane. And maybe he'll stay away. Prefer Burger King over McDonald's. Wow, Rosendo. I don't think a lot of people would do that. You know that? There's right now 173 on the chat board right now. Burger King or McDonald's? I bet McDonald's wins by a landslide. It has to. Because I see Burger Kings all the time, and they're not full, and their drive-thrus aren't full. And McDonald's drive-thrus are always full, dude. It's like, so I think most people would take McDonald's over Burger King. I don't start with other ones, just McDonald's, Burger King. That's it. Okay? So I know some, I want Wendy's. Give me Whataburger. Give me In-N-Out. No. The question is McDonald's or Burger King. That's all. Don't go off on another tangent and all that. And I go to, Burger Fi and this Fi and that Fi and your Fi and we fry and everybody fries. No. Just Burger King or McDonald's. That's it. Give me the answers. And don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. Okay? Mickey D's, BK, Mickey D's, BK.
Just the fact Frankie Fresco said BK, it automatically makes it McDonald's for me.
Boy, some Burger Kings are coming in. Yeah, they just took the lead.
They're the fancy people. They like the King's hat.
But Rosendo's voting twice.
Oh, look at him. Look at him.
He threw a BK
Way
in
to
there.
go, Rosendo.
BK is broiled.
Well, they got the BK broiler.
Yeah. Whopper is a great sandwich, but McDonald's for the win. BK, McDonald's, how dare you, Sean? Says Frankie. What's my order at McDonald's? It'll be a Big Mac. Why?
Well, because when they do the, $5 where you get
no. But
I changed my order up.
But my ultimate order at McDonald's is always a Big Mac combo. And then what I do with the Big Mac combo, because I am a little picky here. One, I take off the cheese. Okay. Add tomatoes. And take out the pickles. There you go. That's what I do for my Big Mac. Yeah, I don't like their cheese. Their cheese is not, it's not, yeah, I don't know what the hell it is.
You're telling me their burgers are burgers?
Well, their burgers might not be burgers, but it kind of tastes like a burger, so I'll take that.
See?
But the cheese is kind of cheesy, so I leave the cheese out on my Big Mac.
It's terrible.
Yeah, and I add tomatoes.
So
Tomatoes go with every sandwich in the world must have tomatoes.
You have to do the double quarter pounder with cheese meal, large fry, large sweet tea.
Wow.
2 McDoubles, and a 10-piece chicken nugget, barbecue sauce.
Damn, bro. That's a lot of food, bro. That's a lot of food. With the Big Mac, the fries, and the drink, I'm done, bro. I'm good. I am good. BK, McDonald's. If you say BK, you're lying to yourself, says No Doubt. So far, it looks like BK can't forget what Ray Kroc did to the family. BK won. BK is the Miami original. Looks like BK won on this show. You guys, wow. Damn. Some bad voting there. I miss the days Mickey D's had the breakfast all day menus. I can eat an Egg McMuffin any time of the day. Now, I wish Chick-fil-A did that with their chicken biscuit. Because I would eat that shit like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay? That chicken biscuit at Chick-fil-A, I could eat that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That thing is awesome, bro. Awesome. What can I tell you? BK's in my neighborhood is always empty. I know. So are the ones. One in my neighborhood is literally next to a McDonald's, and the McDonald's is always packed. And sometimes the McDonald's so packed that I go, man, I don't want to wait this line. Let me go to Burger King. I'll settle for something, and I'll go to Burger King because there's nobody there. I'm going to get in.
I went to Burger King one time. They're like, we have nothing. What do you mean you have nothing? Oh, the truck didn't arrive. How bad are you that your truck didn't show up? But the Burger King by me is, it is literally 1 to 2 cars in there at all times.
I know.
Even during lunch hour.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
And
a McDonald's by you.
Oh, it's crazy.
That thing is.
Yeah, that's what I order and I go I go and park and pick it up and then have it brought out.
Yeah, the drive-through, that drive-through.
The app is the savior.
Yeah.
Plus they give you free food too.
Yeah, and the drive-through in that McDonald's is freaking brutal, dude. Brutal. Okay, is Boston Market still right behind it? No, God, I love. They've
opened up a whole nother little strip mall that's got other stuff in there now. They put
Boston Market's disappeared from the market.
They put in a Panda Express, another burger type place, and something else.
Boston Market used to be so good, dude. Used to be so good. It was like Kenny Rogers, where the wood made it good.
I'm gonna tell you something. LA Fitnesses are genius.
LA Fitness?
Yes, because right by me, you've got, it's let's see. There's basically Chili's, Subway, Burger King, Domino's, Starbucks, Panda Express, McDonald's.
And an LA Fitness.
And then the other things in the LA Fitness put up right there.
You can work off all their food.
Not only that, you can eat I eat the Panda Express, and you can watch the pool. The people work out in the pool. It's
there you go. So you're getting a workout while you're eating.
That is.
Let
me tell you.
You work out by osmosis.
All that MSG, I walk out of there
That's
so
it.
bloated.
Yeah, bro. You're watching them work out. I mean, sometimes I get tired watching people work out. So I feel like I worked out. That makes a lot of sense. What was that?
Frankie says they BK delivers fast service. Yeah, it's because nobody's there ordering food there.
There's nobody ever there.
It's like how many people watch AEW and how many people go to BK.
There you go. It's about the same thing. Yeah, exactly. It's about the same thing. Yeah. Heard they're building a Chick-fil-A in Pembroke Pines next to Acura. Really? Oh, okay. I don't know. I hope so. That would be nice.
Unless we're taking over something else that's already there, but
yeah, hey man, you can't open enough Chick-fil-A's. That's for sure, bro. Yeah. So no release from the Dolphins. Okay. So Dolphins are really trying to hold on as long as they can. All right, let's go through a little music history. It's been 5 years, folks. On this date, Mac Miller unexpectedly left us. On September 7th of 2018, Mac Miller passed away following an accidental overdose from a mixture of fentanyl, cocaine, and alcohol. The Pittsburgh native was unresponsive when he was discovered by a personal assistant at his home in Los Angeles. Paramedics arrived on the scene. Miller was pronounced dead. He was only 26 years old. It's freaking amazing, dude. Really is amazing to see something like that happen. Folks, if you got a real problem like that, please get that help, man. Get that help. On this date in 1968, Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, John Paul Jones, and John Bonham made their live debut as the New Yardbirds at a club outside Copenhagen, Denmark. In 78, on this date, The Who's Keith Moon died in London at the age of 32. He overdosed on the prescription drug Heminephrine, which he was taking to cure his alcoholism. Interestingly, Moon died in the same London apartment where Mama Cass Elliot died in 74. I did not know that. I did not know that Keith Moon passed away in the same apartment of Mama Cass Elliot. So Mac Miller and Keith Moon died on the same day. In 2003, singer-songwriter Warren Zevon died from cancer at the age of 56. This is not a good day. In 85 on this day, David Bowie and Mick Jagger had the #1 song in the UK with their cover of the Vandel's 64 song, Dancing in the Streets. In 2000, an MTV Music Video Awards, Rage Against the Machine bassist Tim Comerford climbed a piece of the set after his band lost the award for Best Rock Video to Limp Bizkit. Okay. In 2004, Scottish rockers Franz Ferdinand won the prestigious UK Mercury Prize for their self-titled album. And in 2008, on this date, Linkin Park took home the Moon Man for the best rock video for Shadow of the Day at the MTV Music Awards. Let's go with birthdays on this date. First of all, we start off with Eazy-E, who was born on this date back in 1964. We lost him in 1995. Let's see. TV actor Cameron Ocasio is 24. Buddy Holly was born on this date in 1936. We lost him in 1959, I believe, in the plane crash, right? Alex Greenwood, soccer player, is 30 years old. Evan Rachel Wood, actress, is 36. Kevin Love, Miami Heater, is 35 years old. Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive fame, is 80 years old today. Comedian Leslie Jones, she is funny as hell, 56 years old. Donovan Mitchell, basketball player, is 27 years old. Lauren Aldred, pop singer, is 34. Movie actor Toby Jones is 57. Let's see who else. Movie actor Devon Sawa is 45. Jennifer Veal, actress, is 32. Shannon Elizabeth, actress, is 50. And Jonathan Majors, TV actor, 34. Wow, Shannon Elizabeth is 50. It just seems like we were watching the American Pie movies like a year ago or 5 years ago, and doesn't seem like she's already 50. Damn, dude. That is just, time just soars. It doesn't fly. It goes at like speed of light. That's what it goes for. It's crazy, man. All right, man. We are out of here. We thank Marcel Louis Jacques. We thank David Feronis for joining us. We thank Steve Calabro. As always, we thank the man, the myth, the legend that is Sean Stanley, a man that masters this entire platform every single day. We will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be at Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines, baby, at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. We'll be out there starting off at 10 a.m. Enjoy the football. Enjoy the baseball. Go Marlins. They are amazing right now. They are surprising the hell out of many, including myself. And good for them. I hope they can continue and actually freak everybody out by making the playoffs. That would be pretty. Just making the playoffs would be just a phenomenal year. I mean, Schumacher's already done a great job already. But if he can make the playoffs, that would be pretty freaking amazing. Really amazing. Some amazing stuff. Some of the stuff that very few managers have ever done here. That with a team like that to make it to the playoffs, that's super impressive. We've seen this team fall short of the playoffs many, many times over the years. Pretty cool to see if they can somehow find a way to get it in there. All right, we are out of here. We thank Steve Calabro, the Brunetti family, Frank Fiore, as always, and everybody for making it nice and easy for us to broadcast here. We'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.